Yes.
You're off.
Good.
This has been a heck of a week. I don't know what else could happen today. I really don't. Oh God! Get back! Go! Give me that! Give me that! Roll that footage.
Oh, you didn't mean that when you meant this one.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
Yeah, exactly. You won. Love you.
Mario loses his hat, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's Thursday night. It's 9 o'clock, and if you're watching us here, one, thank you very much. Two, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you kielbasa slam that like button. It really helps us out if you're not already subscribed. And I know we're going to have some new people in tonight because we've got very special guests tonight. Kato from Kato's Collectibles. Thank you for joining us.
Apparently, Benjamin G. Whitcomb is only here for Kato.
Apparently so. Apparently,
I'm sorry to disappoint.
We're going to give you a few more reasons, my friend.
Yeah, we've got more.
We are very glad you're here.
We've got more reasons why you should be here for the full figure action experience. Because one, we've got a lot of awesome people hanging out with us in that chat. So if you're watching us here on YouTube, make sure you pop in that live chat. We're going to be interacting with we love our audience. We're going to be interacting with you all throughout the show, taking your questions, reading your comments, and having a good time. And again, not only should you hit that subscribe button, you should ring that notification bell. And also, one more thing, courtesy of our good friend Nathan Simmons from Nate's Toys and Collectibles, we are doing a blood drive tonight, a major blood drive, as Nate provided us with a spare major blood to give away tonight. So you're really going to want to interact in that chat because one lucky subscriber is going to win that major blood. So we're going to do a wheel of elimination at the end of the show. Make sure you subscribe because we're going to check. But we're going to have a lot of fun.
Wheel of elimination, turn. How many of our fan base will we burn?
And aside from that, one more thing, TFCon is coming up. And if you want to look good and help out a growing podcast, you can head over to our Teespring store. We've got some of the best priced podcast merch in the game. You're going to look good, you're going to feel good, and you're going to help out our channel. And we'll give you a hug, handshake, whatever is acceptable in this crazy world. But you're going to get some figure action points if we spot you wearing one at TFCon. And we might be giving one away in the near future. We haven't done one of those in a minute.
I should mention that figure action points are valuable to, one figure action point is equal to 0.00001 cents. So
it's like a new cryptocurrency. If Joe were here, he'd put like some monetary value on it.
It would be Joe Coin.
Yeah, you could buy stock in it and be like Dogecoin and go from there. Yes, it's going to be the next big thing. I guarantee it.
I'm here for it.
Wait, what?
You're on the ground floor, so congratulations.
I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm buying it all up.
I'll give you my PayPal after the show.
To the moon, yo. To the moon.
Is he a Force ghost or?
Who?
Joe. Wow, I just had a moment.
You did.
Not a T-Man moment.
That wasn't. Yeah, I didn't know where we were going to go from there. So.
And it Zero. It wasn't one of those tender moments.
No, it wasn't a tender moment.
Every
kind of curious
moment is a tender moment.
It was more of, hey, where's my hat moments.
I'm wondering if T has got maybe some new glasses on. I asked that because are they one of those fancy 3D rendering glasses? Because you have a blank canvas on your wall behind you. And I'm wondering if you see like something different than what we see when you look at it.
Well, I think this would be a good opportunity to ask T. How the hell is he doing? Did he get anything cool this week? And are those new glasses?
They are not. Well, at some point, when I left and came back, Mario and his friends just jumped off of the frame right here. So you're used to when you watch me in here on Figure Action, Mario, and everybody's right there. But I came in the room and they were just gone. And I don't know if I should be afraid or what. But
wait a minute, I got you that poster. Where the hell is it?
It's on the floor right here.
Son
It
of
fell,
a bitch.
the bottom came apart and it fell on the floor.
I see you were quick to rectify the situation. Thank you.
Yeah. But I am doing good. Yeah, I'm doing good. That's all I'm gonna say. I was thinking about getting more personal, but I got this thing, and my review was supposed to go up tonight, but it's like 30-something minutes, and I filmed it in 4K, 60 frames, and the 480p was done earlier, but anything higher than that, no. So I guess it's gonna, whenever that's done, I'm just gonna put it up tomorrow because I'm on here right now. So I got this guy, and when he's in this mood, it's kind of like I picked up Dark Side since the last time we've been on here, and I made a video about his feet. It took me a hell of a lot of effort to get this ankle pivot to work. In fact, I thought it didn't actually have ankle pivot. I thought it was fused.
Yeah.
But after a long session of blow drying, I was able to pop his ankles out and then twist the ankle pivot. And I got more stuff, but I'm only showing 3 things. I got this guy, and with great articulation, you have great responsibility.
That's the dream. That's what Hasbro's been building towards for years.
But yeah, everything else is in another room. So whoever we want to go to next, I picked Dave.
Wow. Yeah, there we go. Because Dave, you look like you've had a week, and you look like you have things to say. But did you get anything cool in the process?
Oh, I always get cool things. You know me. I mean, I got myself another Baroness because I'm going to turn these into my Baroness Cobra female assassins. So painting the hair, painting the choker. Did get my roadblock. So very happy. Thank you, Amazon. I canceled the pre-order, yet I still bought them in the store. So I got my Shriek. It's McFarlane. We're not going to throw that.
It may not survive.
SH Godzilla vs. King Kong Godzilla.
Best figure ever.
I'm not sure on this one yet, but we'll talk more about. Well, anyway. I got my Steppenwolf because he's born to be wild.
Did you lose your 80s rock?
Uh-oh.
You shouldn't throw that.
Yeah, I got my dark. I got the Dark Side, which I was also going to get the armored one, but I was told I should have passed on that.
But then
you got the PC Beach version.
I was able also to score all 3 of the Alien repaints from the Aliens vs. Predator one.
The what if ones?
This ugly Chrysalis one. But let me tell you, these, if you passed on the AVP paints because of the video game paint scheme, totally understandable. These are absolutely gorgeous.
I haven't found them yet.
Especially the Claw Alien. Oh my gosh.
Are they temporary Walmart exclusive, or are they
I don't know, but I went to 3 Walmarts and all 3 of them were loaded. Absolutely loaded. I was very, very pleased with my Walmart on finding those.
So I got it.
And then I also got this piece of junk plastic from Bandai that I swear to God is almost been ready to swear off Bandai figures ever. I do not like this.
Would you say you had more fun opening the box than playing with the toy?
I can honestly say that, yes.
Okay.
You got Towhead Alien.
Yeah, I'm not.
Nightwing lives in a very strange world.
Yeah. But yeah, my camera is not focusing. That is really weird. Yeah, that King Kong Monster Arts is a complete, like, one of their worst figures I've ever handled. from the forearm popping off, and then the right forearm popping off, the right thigh being looser than any joke you could make about your ex-girlfriend, to just the size, which would probably be any joke your ex-girlfriend made about you. The size does not work. The thing is, like, there are so many better Kongs out there. I can name 3 of them. They're all from NECA, and they're all the same mold, and they're just like repaints. And you know what? 2 of them will still cost less than that Kong. I am a little mad at this thing. I do not like to waste my money. I do not have a Patreon. I do not have an OnlyFans, whatever. I don't, So
I think there's something to be said about the role of reviewers.
So
I can't wait for your thoughts on it.
Dude, I've already got the thing out on like sales sites right now. Okay, so if you want a Kong for $50, talk to me.
Well, not now.
I will slip you my Kong.
You are
Whoa,
doing it in the wrong order.
whoa!
Sell your Kong first, then tell how you really feel about it.
Too late.
Really, Bandai should be ashamed of that figure. Plain and simple. That is the equivalent of Takara and Masterpiece Hound for that figure. That is the equivalent of X-Transbots and their whatever they call their cup of their figures. That is like whoever approved this thing, okay? At least when a Mafex arm falls off, you know what you're getting into. I don't like it.
So 1 out of 10. So it's a 1. That's what I'm thinking. I'm getting that it's probably a 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Have you thought of combining and maybe using your Kong? Use your Kong on your OnlyFans, and use it all the time, and see if maybe you can make up the difference in price from subscribers. Do you think you could use your floppy Kong there to bring in the bacon?
I currently sign people up to my OnlyFans. They have to pay me to unsubscribe. That's how my business model currently has been working.
Jedi Mindset pointed out that they're only going to be around until October. So, Matt, what are your thoughts on floppy Kongs and OnlyFans?
Hashtag
but
floppy
more
Kong.
Importantly, how was your weekend? Did you do anything cool?
So my thoughts on that are, if someone likes it and wants to give you money for your floppy Kong, you should take it and run. And then tell them how you feel about your floppy Kong. But don't flop it in front of them until they've paid for it. If you give away the goods for free, they'll never pay you. You know, as a famous person once said, when you're good at something, never do it for free. So why would you do that? So
why pay for the cow and you can get the milk for free?
Right. Can you tighten your floppy Kong? Have you tried that? Have you tried maybe friction?
Have you tried a hairdryer?
Have you tried a hairdryer? Have you tried some
hairdryer?
Kiki?
Won't work. Hairdryer loosens joints.
How about Kiki? Have you tried Kiki?
There's too many other things that disappoint me on that one. It was just the floppiness was just like the.
So you don't want any. So Kiki tends to be sort of like a runny liquid, kind of whitish. You don't want any of that coming out of your Kong while you're flopping it.
So Joe, what toys? I mean, so Matt, what toys did you buy this week?
The joke thing. So anywho, So Amazon gave me my, for a price, gave me my Necron Flayer with his big salad fork fingers. Dave's absolutely right. If you had a shelf with Edward Scissorhands and Freddy Krueger, this guy fits right in. He's cool. I like him. I also got the one Transformer that also brings home the pollution. Right here. So, does anybody else wonder why? See, Jedi Mindset, you get 13 and a half figure action points for that suggestion. Does anybody else know why Rodimus Prime comes with pollution?
I don't know. Piss off Captain Planet.
You think? That's good.
What is this? A crossover?
Let me see. My Mezco train continues. T didn't talk about his, but Dewdog was doing a fire sale from some of his Mezcos, so I ended up picking up the I don't know what the hell this guy's called. It's a Gomez. It's a Mezco Gomez. It's I don't know, yellow banana Gomez. It's the ninja version. Dave, what's it called?
Golden Dragon Clan.
Golden Dragon Clan.
They missed an opportunity to call it Go Gomez.
What was the damage on that?
What did I end up paying? $140 shipped.
Okay.
So it wasn't terrible. The last thing I got and why I'm wearing the shirt is because I have joined the ranks of the bad boys and got myself a tattoo. So let me zoom in here if I can.
Tattoos are bad business, man. They're addictive.
Goku.
So this is Super Saiyan God Ginger Goku with his sword. So quick story about this. I found one of my favorite images of Chrono from I think it was an old Chrono Trigger poster when it came out.
Yeah, it was promo art, I thought.
Yeah, I designed it into a tattoo with that triangle shape at the bottom. And I sent it to our buddy Kevin Womack to do some color corrections because the image had some saturation of other colors in the picture. And dude actually went out of his way and he recreated the image from scratch, from the ground up, and sent me a clean, popping color image to use to submit to my tattoo artist. So huge thank you to him, Kevin, for his assistance on this. I paid him in smiles, and he said that his only payment he needed was the bright, shiny look on my face, and something about a floppy Kong. I had to share with him.
Well, anyway. he also has misconceptions about you being a serial killer, so it's probably like, please don't kill me.
It could have been out of fear. That's
But that was Joe. That's the serial killer.
No, it's me. I mean, allegedly.
Yeah. I think he just thinks Joe's the guy that disposes of the bodies, just because Joe can be confused with Agent 47 on the wrong day.
And I mean, a professional doesn't need somebody to dispose of. You have to do all that yourself, otherwise you're a liability.
Yeah.
But that's it for me. That's everything.
All right. Well, guys, I will go. Then we'll get to Kato so he can tell us not only how he is, if he got anything cool, but we'll go over so he can tell us about his channel. I'll keep mine real swift and simple. My week was good. Nothing out of the ordinary. I kind of lit a fire at work, so maybe I'll get promoted soon. Don't want to jinx it, but things are looking pretty good on that front. My boss has been off this week. It's been pretty quiet, and just been having a good little heads down week, and really just looking forward to getting into the new house. We're probably still a couple weeks away from that. As for acquisitions, I'll start off with the first one. I got the movie masterpiece Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie, and
look at those wonderful arms.
Yeah, I know. The arms are really an issue on this guy. And when I first saw that Dr. Wu was making replacement arms, I was like, that's nuts. And then I got this figure and I'm like, that's not so nuts. It's an okay figure, but there's been way better movie masterpiece figures. And I'm a big Optimus Prime guy. I think this guy has presence, but overall I'm just kind of like meh on him. Thanks to Matt for the assistance in getting this guy, because I was able to get him with a discount and I believe a coupon there too. Or you had the red card and then they had the coupon.
There was some, I don't even know where the coupon came from. It just like activated when I checked out and I just fucking went with it. I just said bye.
Yeah, they had that like one Target coupon at the time. But yeah, happy to have him at what I got him for. But I feel bad for everybody that paid like the big markup on places like Toy Dojo and the Chosen Prime. And I got him for like close to half for what those guys had him for. So I'm very happy. Next up, I got whoa, that's weird. All the things for my green screen to do. I got the Commander class Rodimus Prime. This figure is awesome. I didn't really have all that many expectations for him because he just kind of looked like a blown up version of
Is it $85 awesome?
I think he was on Amazon. That's where I got mine from. But I also had points that I used for him. Like I had So, full disclosure, I use points, and I got this guy for like $50.
I think he's $80 off.
I do think he's awesome. I do think he's really cool. He's exceeded my expectations, and I have a lot of fun with the trailer. I wish he was an all-in-one Transformer, but I do like the trailer. I do like the hands. I like how poseable he is. He's very expressive. He's just fun to flip back and forth. And if you have a green screen, yeah, you can make him look really shitty.
Dave, I'm frugal as hell. You know that. And I'm not getting rid of him. I'm glad I have him. So there's your input on that.
I got my from Hasbro Pulse randomly put this guy up this week. And this is the Walgreens exclusive Red Alert. And he's pretty awesome. I mean, it's the side swipe mold. Just this time he's supposed to actually look like a Lamborghini. He's good. I don't know what else I can say about him. I do like that he comes with all of his weapons that he should have and the light bar as it should be. Next up, I got my Roadblock from Amazon. I have actually opened him. He's awesome.
Come on.
You haven't got yours yet?
No.
Oh, that's
Really?
You're getting the Mezco. You'll be fine.
I think Nightwing and him is also having issues with it. I can't remember. Nightwing and him, let me know if you got it or not. And lastly, I found Raven Spawn. I haven't found Redeemer yet. I saw him in Target when I first tried to check him. He was like street dated, and then I came back and they put him back out. And I was like, I'm gonna try again, and he is awesome. It's not like the Kickstarter Spawn. He's fully articulated. I love how they pulled off this chain accessory for him. I like the fact that they actually pulled some pages out of the Marvel Legends and Black Series Playbook where like the shoulder pieces can actually go up under him. So you can. Well, as I say it, I pop his arm off. So on camera, I probably shouldn't be doing that, but he is pretty well articulated for what he is. And I hope that they do a medieval Spawn like this because it would be really awesome to have those two put together. And then I guess one honorable mention before I wrap up, I got my 4K remaster of Transformers the movie. So I haven't popped this in. I still collect physical media. I love collecting physical media. So I'm excited to watch that probably over the weekend. And that's gonna do it for me. So Kato, thank you so much for joining us. I feel like we have a little bit of a crossover audience. Your channel's growing. You've got the stuff that you review on your channel, I think, really lines up with stuff that we talk about on Figure Action. So I was really excited that you agreed to come on with us. So if you just want to let us know how you're doing, if you got anything cool, and then just tell us a little bit about your channel, how you got started. I know you've been around for a couple years now, and you've done some cool stuff like interviewing Stan Bush. That was an awesome thing. So,
yeah, that was great. Interviewing Stan Bush was definitely a highlight. That was and FJ DeSanto. That was pretty cool too. It's weird what you can do if you just ask.
Yeah.
But I'm doing well, man. Thanks for having me on. I love this stuff. As far as our stars aligning, yeah, we pretty much all like plastic crack. I did get some cool stuff this week. I didn't think I was, but all of it came in pretty much today. I too got Roadblock, so from Amazon. So I'm sorry for all of you that didn't. I'm not really sorry. You'll get it. Fine. I got it. I also got the Magic Square Constructicons. They are way more complicated than the New Age versions, and I haven't decided if I like them more or less or indifferent. And the other cool thing I got, not that was
some flair.
You like that? It was fancy. I got from a gentleman by the name of Mike Lorber on Facebook, who has a page, who has a YouTube channel by the name of, let's see, I don't want to get it wrong here, The Comic Relief Crusader. He made a very cool scale poster.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm going to frame this sucker up, and it's basically seasons 1 through 3 G1 scale from Orion, Pax, and Ariel and Dion all the way to Abominus and Predaking and Skyline. It's very cool, very well done. It's like $30 shipped from Canada. It's well worth
That's
it. This thing is
good from
awesome.
Canada.
Yeah, this thing is awesome. He's got another set that did the Japanese animation or the Japanese shows, but I definitely want this to put up. Not necessarily for reference. I just think it looked cool, and I wanted to put it up. I like finding artists on Instagram and Facebook and supporting those fellers. But that's it. I didn't get anything else any cooler than that. Mostly the Magic Square Constructicons are what I was the most excited that showed up today. But you had asked about the channel. My channel is Deluxe Baldwin. That guy. I can't wait to hug him at TFCon. Like a big old fuzzy bear. Oh, Cobra Clan's here too. Hey, Cobra Clan. Hey, buddy.
Fun story. I live right down the street from Cobra Clan.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I have heard that. That's great. Yeah, and I think we're all going to be at TFCon if it still happens.
Hopefully so.
We'll all be there. As far as the channel, Kato's Collection on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. I do Transformers, third party. It's this dude, real name Kato. Yeah.
Wait, did he forget the OJ trial?
That's right. It is a real name. It might be mine. I don't know. I just picked one. The channel has been around for, I guess, 2.5, almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
Transformers, mostly third party. I guess I say mostly third party, but there's a shit ton of mainline with War for Cybertron. But definitely mostly third party. Giant Optimus Primes and whatnot. I did it because I had lost my job after we had. I live on the far east coast, Hurricane Alley, and we had to evacuate. And by the time we got back, they just decided not to open back up where I worked. And I said, well, I'll do what any sane person who now no longer has an income, a steady income coming in. I'm going to start buying Transformers again and putting them on YouTube. And so far it's worked out. I'm enjoying it. Meeting a lot of cool people like y'all and T-Man and Deluxe Baldwin and all the other guys that I deal with every day. And it's become a little more than a normal hobby. So yeah,
right on.
That's my story. Most of it's true.
No, it's only 9:30, dude. This is your show. You got to keep talking. Tell it again, man. We got to get another hour.
I didn't get on YouTube to talk to people.
Well, or we do have a lot of cool official and third-party Transformers news we can get into, discuss, and then I've got a discussion topic at the end that's kind of, I think, is a lot of fun. But I guess we'll pull up our first little bit, and I gotta preface this one because we've wanted to make an intro for this for a while. And funny enough, the week before last, so Dave's already like chomping at the bit on this one. The week before last, Dave made it, and he's like, "Oh, I'm really excited," but we didn't have any. Hasbro, like, I don't know if they've like rigged our Amazon Alexas or not, but they did not have any repaints, so we couldn't play the Stinger, and Dave was really disappointed. Thankfully, this week, I can introduce it with...
This Week in... Repaints.
And we'll kick it off with our first one. Chefitron got this figure. We knew it was coming. We got the artwork. The Kingdom Deluxe Shadow Panther. We now have in-hand images, courtesy of Chefitron's review. This is an interesting one. We knew from the art that it was probably going to have the mutant head. And sure enough, it does. That's a face only a Predacon mother could love.
That's so terrible.
It's terrible good or terrible bad.
Yes.
I don't like it. That shouldn't have been the only option.
I wish that was the back of the head, and you could flip it to have, like, you know, the same head as Cheetor. Like that way they could replicate it.
Well, you know that everybody who bought both versions of Cheetor are now going to pop the heads off one of them and stick them on that.
Yeah, maybe paint
Maybe
the
a little
helmet.
paint.
Yeah,
That's going to be a pass for me, dog.
Yeah, that's a pass for me for sure.
I will.
There's something about the way the yellow sits against the black that just makes it look weird. I don't know why. I do know why. It just looks weird. I don't know. The way the black.
Yeah,
it looks cheap.
They kind of look like ball sockets, I think.
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly right. It looks like you're seeing the inside of what makes it work rather than what makes it work. It's
like Masterpiece one, I think, did it way better. I mean, let me go ahead and I'll pull up an image of that one. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Masterpiece, but
it's because the bottom of the shoulder is yellow as well.
Yeah.
Or his armpit, I mean.
I guess I can appreciate what they were going for, but it's not cool.
Yeah, it definitely misses the mark, I think.
The head looks too
small.
I
got no excitement.
Yeah.
Well, next up, we've got one that actually, I think, does hit the mark, and that is the Kingdom Pipes. He's of course, a retool of Huffer, and Huffer arguably is, I think, one of the best War for Cybertron trilogy deluxes. What do you guys think about this?
So intricate in the show.
Yes,
I'm in on this for sure. I think it looks brilliant.
Yeah. We got a new chest going on, new head. I think one of the things that's nice about this mold too is just the way that the back, or I guess the cab of the truck doesn't really hang off. Like a lot of the third-party attempts, that backpack was massive. I think on this figure it was pretty successful.
I'm hoping this isn't the final version because it looks like it's missing a lot of paint.
It's probably the final. I would prefer for the arms to be silver, to be honest with you. And
I want those arms to be silver like the gun, and then I'm set.
I want 2 guns for him too.
Now I've heard there's going to be 2 guns because this is going to be this. I mean, I'm not trying to blow anybody up here, but this is probably a pre-production release. I don't think so. It's possible because some of the pre-production releases, like Black Arachnia, when it came out, it showed having an additional head swap.
Yeah, it came with this gal's head.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm hoping that maybe we get 2 guns. If not, we live in a world of 3D printers that will fix that within 15 minutes of it being released. You'll probably be able to buy those first.
Larkin's Lair, everybody.
Right. Larkin's Lair will definitely have something out for this guy.
Yes, most definitely.
I'm excited. I also like the fact that they managed to get the Autobot insignia on the back of the cab. You know, it's not perfect, but it's close enough.
As far as I'm concerned, this is how you do a repaint. This is how you do a
100%.
remold and a repaint. It's a new character or another character. It's enough changes to make it unique, and it's on a good mold. So
absolutely,
I'm in for this.
I gotta check mine because I can't remember if they painted. Yep, they did paint the taillights. I can see there on his calves there. They painted the taillights still. So yes, this is looking pretty good. And last week we got one for Generation Selects. At least it's rumored for Generation Selects, and we should have seen this coming a mile away. We've got the blue streak, and I mean, I like it. I don't think it's for very many people. I've also seen the alt mode pictures. They didn't paint the rims, which I think is terrible for Generation Selects. What are you guys thinking on this one?
I cannot get excited over it.
I've never liked that color scheme. I like that color scheme as an implementation, but I've never liked that color scheme for Blue Streak, because I've always sort of liked that Blue Streak isn't blue. I don't know. That's always entertained me.
I like that. I like what it will probably look like in alt mode, but I'm not liking that robot mode because of all the white.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's not a surprise. It absolutely belongs in Generation Selects, so it makes it easy to pass for people that doesn't need to take up shelf space at Target. Not that there's anything on the shelf at Target, but
Yeah.
I don't want to clog those shelves and keep other shit from being stored or stocked. I mean,
at least you can get them at GameStop. I like that GameStop's actually in stores, brick and mortar stores, selling the Generation Selects. Comic shops have them too.
Yeah, that's mostly where I've gotten mine lately, just on random trips to GameStop. They have a deep cover in there now, and I keep passing that up because I don't need another Lambo.
And if it's timed right, you can use that $5 off coupon monthly and offset the markup.
Although, as far as Transformer exclusives, like I've seen T-Rex plenty of times now in Target. There don't seem to be that difficult.
Dozens of.
Yeah.
It's crazy too because the original leader Megatron was very, very hard to come by. I didn't start seeing that in stores until probably probably around June of this year is when I started kind of stumbling across, and it would always be one.
I saw you.
Well,
yeah,
I
saw Beast Megatron a few times. But I've already seen probably 3 times as many T-Rex on shelf as I saw any Galvatron or Megatron.
I haven't seen any Galvatrons down here.
I saw one on the shelf. I bought it, and it was a QC nightmare, and it wouldn't transform. So I returned it, and I'm trying to find another one.
I'm guessing that's probably an issue for a Transformer, and not ideal. So bad on them.
Unless you paid $60 for it from Super 7.
Bingo.
But then you at least get the accessories to make it look interesting, you know?
Yeah, this is one I might actually pass on. I have the Masterpiece. I've got interesting versions of this. I've got it as Barricade. I've got the the Rusticon version was the previous the Siege version.
If it's Gen Selects, I'm definitely skipping.
I would like something cool. If they did like a throwback to Alternator smokescreen, I know Jedi Mindset said they should have used the smokescreen mold for this. And I'm like, I think Generation Selects could be used to do more interesting things. And I would love some Alternators throwbacks. Like I'd love to see them. Like I know this isn't a Subaru, it's a Datsun, but like do a deco similar to like a rally vehicle.
Huh.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'd buy it then if it was that.
This will be one of those where if there's nothing else going on and I walk into GameStop and it's there, I'll buy it.
You got your $5 coupon and
yeah. But I'm not ordering it. It's if I see it somewhere, I'll get it.
Someone throws it at his face when he walks in the store.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's definitely how I buy most of my stuff.
Deluxe just is like, I'm fixing to make somebody review this, and he just sends one your way randomly.
You have a P.O. box, Kato? You have a P.O. box?
I do not. That's going to be remedied soon.
I keep thinking about it, but then I just thought about it today. I was like, if I had a P.O. box, people would randomly send me stuff, then I probably would never review it because I'll have too much other junk.
No, that's when you do T-Man's haul videos.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll probably do that and never review it.
See, I could probably
box, and I'd be able to send you stuff from Adam and Eve anonymously.
T, what'd you get this week? A big smile on my face.
That's right. See, there's another YouTuber in the house, and she could definitely take advantage of the PO box as well. So we could probably do that. It's so hard for me to. I know after seeing all this stuff behind me, it's very hard for me to buy something intangible. So when I'm seeing like $60 or $75 every 3 months for a PO box. It's just for some reason
you
that
see the
hurts.
plastic you could be purchasing with
That's
that
right.
money.
Like, you know what? What I could have bought that I could put on a shelf and never touch again for $60 or $70.
Well, think of it this way: what I spent on this Kong, I could have gotten a freaking PO box out of, and I probably would have had more satisfaction with that.
At least for 3 months.
But he loves it. Please buy his King Kong.
Yes, please.
He's got a pending sale. So I guess we will.
It has Dave's fingerprints on it.
And probably some of his spittle, if that's your thing.
That's Venom. That's
Nightwing?
Venom.
And Dave getting back pains for no reason in the future from the voodoo on it.
That's weird.
So now we got some stuff I think everybody's going to be in on. We got some, I guess we have the sweep, which we could have segued into this week in Repaints, but we got a Transformers event last week where they showed off a bunch. Well, I shouldn't say a bunch. A few new Studio Series figures, but I think they're exciting reveals. First up, we got a Preceptor. And this is not a Headmaster. This is a brand new mold. What are you guys thinking about this one?
I fear the wounds are fatal.
It looks cool.
I'm in on this 100%.
I hope it has a waist swivel, but I'm thinking it doesn't.
I don't
Looks
think
like
it
that
does.
hinge is stopping it.
Yeah.
So he has to have that flat penis thing come down. And
I think it looks like an adult diaper. It looks like he's got a black depend on.
Well, we all need one to depend on.
it can do a major crotch thrust.
It is a major crotch thrust. I think it's cool though that they just like phoned in a tank mode for him.
Well, that was
man,
how the original figure was.
Yeah, I know the original figure was, but this is based off of his movie appearance.
See, look where that pin is at the base of the microscope, where the waist would be in that mode. That hinge looks a little different than what it looks like on the first picture. Like there, see that it's that wide hinge right there. Go back to the first robot mode picture. All right, so I don't know. Maybe it does, but I don't know.
He won't have a waist swivel. I don't think he will.
But see, look at
see the hinge coming up from in between his crotch.
Yeah, but
I was gonna say, it's worth mentioning he is a deluxe figure, so it's one of those deals where if he doesn't have one, it's kind of like you get it because they, when
it's
it comes
not like
to
a
budget.
Masterpiece figure not having a waist swivel. Okay.
Yeah. But it maybe it has ab crunch. Maybe because of that hinge, it can have an ab crunch instead.
And if it does, I could see somebody coming up with a replacement strut that could give him one. I mean, the stuff the third-party scene's doing for add-ons right now is just I never thought the scene would be this big, to be honest with you.
We had a discussion not that long ago about how do you think Hasbro is taking advantage of the fact that there's so much third-party, like amateur third-party stuff, and they're saying, we don't have to do that. They'll fix it in post. Somebody will make
somebody will patch it.
Yeah.
It'll be like a video gamer saying, hopefully a modder will fix it.
I think they are taking.
Yeah, I think they have to be, right?
Some of their figures actually have, like, I just looked at the Grimlock upgrade kit again, and you could actually see where there's a screw hole in his dinosaur foot, his dinosaur foot, so that you can attach that hole filler.
Yeah, it just seems too obvious, and they're just like, somebody will print something for it.
Yeah, Huffer as well.
Huffer, yep, for sure. Like the I guess the slag feet are, I guess that could be blast effects, but I mean that just looks like it's made for something. Like they're gonna love. That's an easy third-party 3D print fix to plug those up.
Yeah.
So,
do you think they're leaning into that? Do you think they're designing their toys with these limitations and these?
Well, that's
these
what I'm
missing
saying.
Pieces?
Yeah, that's exactly what I think they're doing.
So you
They're
think
saying
they're anticipating that you'll be able to go buy an add-on kit and they don't have to spend the extra money?
Right?
Why not? Yeah, I mean, I think it has to go into the decision-making process. They're like, how can we cut a corner on this to save a few pennies per figure? And they go, somebody will. It's not great, but somebody will pop up, go better, or some or Larkin's
DNA.
Lair or DNA will make a filler for that. It's fine.
All these holes right here in his hand. Somebody can make that
So-
real quick.
Or the slag horns, like the horns and slag.
Yeah.
It's just-
Man, Deluxe was pissed off about those. Come on, Hasbro.
They should be ashamed of that.
They
That's
should
like
be.
so visible, and the dinosaur mode is the main thing that people like about that. They did everything else well, but then they just randomly have holes in the horn.
So I had someone tell me that you heard why like a Bic pen has a hole through the top of it, right? So if you swallow it or a kid swallows it, they can still breathe, right? I had someone try to tell me that maybe that's why they did this because it comes off. I'm like, you can't breathe through that.
No,
it's closed on both ends. Don't give me that.
Yeah, they did that just because they calculated.
That sounds like Matthew Deluxe Baldwin apologizing for Hasbro. That's what it
was
was.
not.
No,
It was not.
he doesn't apologize like that.
He did. He made that up. I know it.
But I think it's because like when you have number crunchers, it's like, okay, if you use X amount of plastic on this piece, like you do it in a waffle, same concept as an actual waffle. How much batter do you have to use? Batter being plastic. If you put two holes in it, over the X amount of pieces, you're saving X amount of dollars. That's what it comes down to.
100%.
One question I have too is we're going to get into a discussion about eco packaging and LeBron James getting his head ripped off later on in the show.
I saw that twice today.
Thanks, TikTok. So I'm curious because the Studio Series is kind of known for having these removable cardboard backdrops, and it looks like they're keeping up with that tradition here. But are they? Because this window is much, much smaller than what you would have on a traditional Studio Series figure. As the art comes all the way out, and yes, this is just it's Preceptor. Of course, he's larger, but I wonder if they are going to have, if this is just, hey, we still have to have plastic in this on at least our deluxes for now, or if they're going to find some way to have the figure anchored in here. What do you guys think about that?
Well, if you look at the Buzzworthy Bumblebee stuff, some of that stuff's already coming without a window.
Yeah, matter of fact, I actually bought one for Cobra Clan, and I have it here. But I'm curious because on Buzzworthy Bumblebee, of course they poke holes through the back of it, but with them still including the cardboard display I don't think that they could do that.
I think that they're going to continue doing this for now, but just like that Starscream they shown is fully boxed. Eventually, these might be fully boxed.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's the only way they could preserve those backdrops is if they were to do that.
That's
and then
exactly
instead of a plastic bubble, it'll just be cardboard in there.
Well,
Speaking of Hasbro cutting corners,
yeah, we get a reuse of the Earthrise Starscream. I think his head sculpt is slightly different.
That's hard to say.
Hey, look at
this
that.
to me has
you do
no
get a throne.
place in Studio Series.
I agree.
Breaking news. This wouldn't shut, but all of a sudden while I was sitting here, it's just shut.
This just in. Yeah, I think that this Starscream has no place in Studio Series.
Sporter says all the origin Bumblebees have been swapped with the cheaper Bumblebees.
I agree. I agree with you, Kato. I mean, this should not have been a studio.
No,
This
it's
should have
Generation
been-
Select, something random. But
They
this
gave
is
him new hands.
This should have been a post-con exclusive.
yeah.
They
This
gave him new
is-
hands.
This is everything that a post-con exclusive should have been. It's like the
It's a
Lord
great figure.
Dracon.
It's a
It's
great
like
figure.
that.
But his robot mode looks nothing like 86 movie Starscream.
Well, no,
Like
but
you get something like Cyclonus and Grimlock, Slag, where they look
They should have
like
been.
their cartoon counterpart. It's not the cartoon counterpart.
yeah, like I said, this should have been the post-con exclusive for Transformers.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way, but now that Kato brings it up, like the studio series stuff can mingle with Kingdom, but this definitely doesn't look right with studio series because it's too many changes. Like the feet don't look right. All the details in his legs and his body.
Did the
It's
Earthrise
the
one?
Kingdom mold. It's exactly the Kingdom mold. I mean,
Did the Earthrise one have the waffles on the back of the null rays? I can't remember.
Yes,
probably
Okay.
yeah.
I think so.
only thing they changed is the hands
Yeah. Well, I think
and the paint job.
I do think the head maybe is probably different to accommodate the crown.
The head, the upper arms, and the hands are probably different. The upper shoulders are different so that they could clip the shoulder pads on.
Yeah.
And only minor. And then the opening and closing hands. And yeah, maybe the head to have a spot for the crown. But I mean, it's just not 86 movie Starscream.
No, it's not. And I mean, it's cool that they have the throne. I've always wanted a Decepticon throne, but you don't really think about him being on the throne in the movie.
He never made it.
Yeah.
Never
standing in front of it for a picture, maybe. But and when he flipped that throne around, I was like, "Holy crap! That thing is going to be light as a feather."
Yeah. That doesn't constitute a leader class.
Yeah. Looking at that throne and the way you're describing it, that I can agree with Dave too. That could have been an exclusive. That seemed exactly like something that would have been an exclusive.
Yeah.
Just so you can get that stuff right there.
Yeah, they should have done.
You have a butt that sits on the throne.
He hovers over it. He does like an air chair hover. He's like somebody that he looks like Starscream went to go to a Taco Bell bathroom and they ran out of seat covers and he's just like hovering over it so he doesn't have to put his cheeks on that seat.
Yeah.
But a train station bathroom. Good Lord.
Now I'm not complaining about the mold. Like I've liked that whole mold and everything. I'm just like the series that it's in just doesn't fit.
I'm 100% with you. The classification is totally off. It's just it should not be with that packaging. It should be. Well, as I said, I don't want to repeat myself a third time.
I'll complain about the mold. I didn't really like it that much, and for some crazy reason, I bought 6 of them.
I like the Tetrajet mold better than this one, to be honest.
Yes,
I am curious if these are renders or if they actually did panel line the thing.
It's panel lined.
So I'm curious.
That one's
though,
panel.
is
The one
this
they
more of
photographed
a-
is panel lined. Let's put it that way.
Is this more of a shenanigans with switching and swapping lines because there just wasn't a place to release this otherwise in stores? I mean, yeah, they could go Select, they could go Hasbro Pulse, but like we saw with some of the figure, like the Cyclonus in Kingdom, is this just another example of sticking this in a line to get it in the stores and they don't really care if it fits per se?
Well, I mean,
but if so, it only works the other way.
Look at the Rodimus you guys just bought.
When you reuse Titan's Return for modern lines, makes you think.
I think it very well could be that, but I think it only works appropriately the other direction. It only works appropriately if you have like a Cyclonus that could be an 86 moved into Kingdom, as opposed to a Starscream that should be in Kingdom moved into 86.
But
that's it.
I don't know that I don't know if that matters so much to the general collector that'll go in just wanting this thing that it's in the wrong line.
No,
I think their thoughts more are just towards getting it out there on the shelf. And I agree with Benjamin. Cyclonus is one of my favorites.
Yeah. I won't be shocked if we get Galvatron and Cyclonus re-released in Studio Series with different paint schemes. Like we get, and I think maybe that's why they put like the space jizz on Galvatron. So we get a clean paint version of Galvatron, and then we get a slightly different version of Cyclonus, kind of like what they did for Scourge. We'll get to him here. We have the sweep, and he's a different blue. So I won't be shocked if we get like a different colored purple Cyclonus, so you can have your other or your Armada, and they justify the double dip for people. I think this is kind of them just kind of cementing in that all of the Generations lines are interchangeable, whether you like it or not. Personally, I don't like it. I like them to have their own identities. But
what if
I
they
think
put 2 Cyclonuses in a box and said Cyclonus and his Armada?
I think you'd have people pissed off, to be honest. I really think people would be upset
Pissed
about
off all
that.
the way to the checkout counter.
It pissed off all the way to the checkout counter, but still pissed off.
Yeah, I don't need another Cyclonus. I'm good.
I like, at least with the sweep, they did a little bit. Like, I mean, they did a different color scheme, because you had people, when Scourge came out, they were buying up 3-4 of them. This comes with a different blast effect, and they swapped the open hand.
That blast effect is the same.
They said in the stream that it's slightly different.
I mean, that picture there, it doesn't look different to me.
That it doesn't look different, but
there
here,
it does.
That one does. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like flat at the end. This looks like the old one where it comes to like a
Penis.
A
Splooge. Can you say that again?
Space splooge.
That's what's on Galvatron.
Yeah. I love this box art though. I love the reformatting grid there. I love the teal around them. Looks like plastic is here to stay on this. This looks like it's ready to ship.
I think this is brilliant for anyone who missed out on Scourge.
Yeah. Or just wants their sweeps.
Somebody that want official sweeps.
Right.
I've always disliked the sweeps because I was like, why? I felt like even though they didn't sell it separately in a toy line back then, I was like, why did they just make 6 of the same guy? I always hated that. At least the stickers were different colors.
Exactly. I would have.
And different personalities. They all had different personalities. They were all identifiable.
If they did back in 85, 86 and forward, if they would have kept the multicolored Power Ranger style, different color sweeps, would have been a nice touch. But now we just have a bunch of blue sweeps.
They could even made them like maybe darker, earthier tones, like a dark green or a black one, or you could differentiate them from the other original Seekers, but do something. I mean, that's just kind of lazy.
I would have liked it if Scourge looked different from them. If they had some type of difference,
right?
Yeah, like if they didn't have beards, but
or maybe like a mullet.
They made it easier for future lines like Transformers Prime with all the different Garys.
Yeah. I'm in for Preceptor and I'm in for the sweep. I'm probably gonna get a couple of the sweeps, but Starscream's kind of I don't know.
I want the cape and the throne, so I pre-ordered them.
Yeah.
I'll probably put the cape on other people. I like when they put it on Preceptor.
Get someone to 3D print you a throne. Go buy the Red Series Starscream and put that stuff on yours, the one you already got, and save yourself $50.
But it doesn't flare out.
Red Series Starscream isn't a bad idea for the display piece.
Skip.
Well, hey, we haven't even talked about it yet. I like how this
wants that.
Possible.
We already saw the fans' toys.
Yeah, we've seen the fans' toys. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but there is a quote-unquote possible prototype of a masterpiece cliff jumper, i.e. we know it's happening. I think the car mode here looks good. But
the question is, will it actually say Porsche on the box?
Probably not.
No.
Because that doesn't look like a Porsche. It's a penny racer.
Yeah.
All the other vehicles have licensing on it.
At least we get a gas glass cannon for him. But it's interesting here, like whoever got this factory prototype didn't even compare him to the MP45.
What's the price? Let's have some fun.
We know he's going to be, I think, 100.
120.
Yeah,
in America.
120, 125, something like that.
Yeah.
Well,
so Amazon Japan it is.
It's always Amazon Japan for me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Nightbird on Amazon Japan wasn't even cheaper.
And further
I just
evidence.
can't get excited over this.
Sportimus says it'll say Porsche on the box. It could. I mean,
I would be more excited for this if I didn't see the Fans Toys version already.
I definitely want the Fans Toys one over it, and I want Fans Toys to do a Bumblebee.
That too. I love the 45, but after a while, I was like, you know what? It could have been better.
Yeah, and it's definitely a case where third party proves that life is good, but it can be better.
That's right. Sportimus says 139.
That'd make a great catchphrase.
Yeah, it would. You'd think it would also make a movie good, but I mean, then you see Wonder Woman 84, and
oh, my lady loved Wonder Woman 84.
I didn't hate it. I'll say that much. I didn't
I'm
hate
sure
it.
it was better than Snake Eyes.
It was better than Snake Eyes. A lot better than Snake Eyes.
Larkin's Lair is here.
Oh, right on.
Hey,
We were just
Just
talking
everybody
about
to
you
come.
making stuff for us.
We gotta get you on one night, Larkin, if you'd like to join an episode of Figure Action. We'd love to have you on. We want to talk about that 3D printing process.
But every time we try to go live with him, since he's like 5 or 6 hours different from us, we always try to go live, and he's like, I'm eating lunch in paradise.
We could have lunch with Larkin.
Yeah, we could
There
do
you
that.
That could be our segment.
Swear says
Lunch
Wonder Woman
with
84 was
Larkin.
disappointing. Almost anything is better than Snake Eyes. Ooh, yeah. Look. T and I even contemplated doing a B-side for Snake Eyes, but it's just like there's not really that much to talk about. It's like the movie is it's functional, but
I haven't seen it yet. No
yeah.
spoilers.
No
I haven't seen it
spoilers.
either.
I don't
there's
care.
nothing to spoil.
But yeah, exactly.
I had so little expectation for that. It's
okay. I'll won't meet those.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
I will watch it when it streams somewhere for free.
You can pay
It
$20
was
and stream it
watchable.
now.
No, I can't.
I tried to go in with no expectations and whatnot, but certain things were happening that I was like, I want to
we'll
let
say-
it go, but I can't.
It's not as bad as a Michael Bay movie, but it's like there's nothing exciting that happens in it. There's nothing really that's like memorable, and it's just like I think the best characters are kind of wasted without spoiling anything.
I feel like I would rather watch Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li or Dragon Ball.
No, I think it's probably
Dragon Ball Evolution?
better.
I'll
Why would you do
say
that to yourself?
Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li holds a place in my heart because the scene with M. Bison delivering the baby is like one of the it's one of the there's a scene where M. Bison delivers a baby in a cave, but he doesn't deliver the baby like a normal person would deliver the baby. He does a cesarean section with his hands.
Yeah.
It's like one of the biggest what the fuck moments I've ever seen in a
pure
movie.
magic. Between that scene and the very awkward dance sequence between Kristen Cruick or whatever her name is. And
Oh
the other
yeah,
lady.
God,
It's just
that
like,
movie
what are
killed
y'all
her
even
career. And,
Oh.
and
That
then,
sucks too because she's cute as hell. I'd watch her in another movie, but that one. Just don't want to watch. I'll go watch Smallville again.
doing? Masters
anyway,
of the
there's a
Universe
train here.
1987.
Speaking of train wreck. Speaking of train wreck.
Oh yeah.
Segway.
the Raiden Project, or Raiden, depending on what you want to call it. Shouki, he is apparently getting the masterpiece treatment, and we've got a prototype look here. It looks like there's a lot of clear plastic housing him. I don't know how well that bodes for a combiner, and yeah, there's a lot of kibble. But on the flip side, I don't think this looks that bad. What do you guys think?
My
Like that? But dude, this thing was like, I have seen Headmasters. Like, I actually painfully watched the Japanese the painfully watched the dub of that. This is not exactly a landmark combiner. I mean, am I cutting it? Oh.
Yeah, you're not. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
This
we hear you. Go ahead.
He is not exactly a landmark combiner. He is not. He is no Devastator. He is no Predaking. I mean, heck, a bomb.
He is in Japan,
but he didn't do anything in that show.
But
I
those train bots have a huge place in Japan, and us Westerners come in a far second from that. But I'm interested in it. But
I'm just like, I know they love their trains in Japan. There's that whole show Shinken Leon or something like Shinkelion, which was all about transforming trains. I actually used to have the JRX combiners. I thought
JRX was big.
I like JRX.
I don't feel like this is real Masterpiece. I think this is like Masterpiece Light.
TM Review says this is the new MP Chug, and I think there's something for that.
It's just like Skids.
I actually would have preferred them doing another them doing a high-end JRX than doing this, to be honest. That would actually have had more
I don't know. I just want Masterpiece to not be over-engineered anymore.
Agreed.
You know, I know that's a big ask, but like I'm actually excited for Skids because one, the price point is a lot more reasonable than what we've been getting. I just want them to be durable. I want them to be intricate. I want to have fun. I want to be able to flip them back and forth. Like I want, like I love the Kingdom line, and like when people are like talking about MP Light, I think about like this Rodimus right here. You know, that's really like MP Light, like what I'd want from it.
Are you so? This is first I'm really thinking or hearing about an MP Chug line. Is Skids going to be smaller scale, or is Skids going to still scale with that regular MP?
Watch it be a whole new scale just to muck with you.
I think it's going to be. He's going to scale, but the engineering looks dialed down. It looks like Wheeljack engineering.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay. Yeah. That makes more sense.
I can deal with Wheeljack engineering. Just don't be Trax engineering.
Well, my thoughts on this, I couldn't give less of a crap.
I do not choose this guy at all.
I might be a sucker. I might do it.
I'm a Masterpiece completionist, so if they come out with an official, I'm picking it up.
I'm going to say right now, it's not going to train on my parade.
See, Larkin's Lair, he's right there. I miss MPs that were playable. MP10 was nice and playable. I agree. MP10 is definitely a figure that, honestly, if there was a fire in my house and I could only grab one figure and people will laugh at me, I would probably go and grab MP10.
Alexa would be behind him, mind you, but he'll have MP10 in his hands.
After she and the dogs are out of the house.
Nice and playable MB10. Meanwhile, I've got a Masterpiece Hound sitting on my shelf that I am scared to death to even look at.
I'm much more likely to go for the third. And there's a third-party version of Raiden coming out, right?
Yeah,
the
Moon Studios. No, it was Moon Studios is what they called it because it's all Zeta.
And the Dreamstar Studios or whatever that is for the aerial bots. I think I'm more likely to get those than I am.
Well, those aerial bots are are beautifully stylized.
Yes, they are. I love a good stylized bot. I love it.
All
right. Next
up, and as we round out our Transformers news, it looks like the next lines are going to be called Legacy, Evolution, and Studio Series is going to continue. We've got a whole bunch of target listings. Some folks over on TFW, Nova Maximus and Voltrace, pulled these out of systems. We've actually got a lot more here, but I'm going to read through the lists. We've got a Leader Dragon Megatron, Armada Starscream, Soundwave for $9.99, meaning these $9.99 ones is kind of hard to say what they are, whether they're going to be core class and what they're going to be. An Energon Monster. Very well, these could be for the Cyberverse line as well. Bulkhead, Tarantulas, kind of knew he would probably be coming. Skids, Dragstrip, a Studio Series 86 Ratchet, Rumble, which is interesting. Ratchet and Rumble are both listed at $849. I think that's got to be a mistake. I think that might be Ratbat.
Ratbat, that's what
Ratbat would make more sense.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be shocked if these are Siege reissues. Kickback, which is priced as a deluxe.
Right,
it looks like we might be getting core class for the Studio Series line is we've got a listing for Laserbeak and Wheelie. Looks like a Voyager Blaster, Ravage. So I guess that probably is Studio Series. It actually, well,
so real
it's hard
quick,
to say.
That Ratchet's not a mistake. It's actually a core class that's going to scale with the other core class figures. From what
Interesting.
I've heard.
It's interesting that they'd have it for Studio Series 86 and not Legacy or Evolution.
Right.
But we've got Blaster, Ravage, Inferno. I'm hoping to God that's Beast Wars Inferno. And
it better be.
I won't be shocked if we get Kingdom, Earthrise, RC reissued for Studio Series.
That's exactly
God,
what
don't do that. That's a bad idea, Hasbro. She is like clogging up the shelves. Well, but as the late great Billy Mays said, but wait, there's more. We get another. This continued where they went on. There are 2 Soundwave listed at $29.99 and $26.99.
I heard a speculation on that one.
What's that?
I heard a speculation that one of those could be Prime.
One could be Prime.
Prime Soundwave.
Prime Soundwave. The same way I feel RC could be Prime RC.
I would love a Prime RC redone.
Yeah.
Galvatron. I won't be shocked at that Studio Series. Skybite, Optimus Prime. I'm just gonna spit the rest of these out because there's like 3 more. This MF be spitting indeed. Iguanus, another Shockwave. Well, I'm sorry, not Shockwave. Shockwave. You get 2 listings here. Skywarp, Energon Monster in a deluxe scale. Jihaxis.
The Energon Monster. I was going to say the Energon Monster could be whatever is replacing fossilizers.
That could be the case. That would be awesome too.
Those fossilizers were so great in the show too.
This is where it gets really interesting too, because we've had rumors about new combiners, and Wild Rider gets listed here.
Yep.
I will say this: that G-Axis, that is probably a remold of the Armada Starscream, kind of like what happened way back with Chug.
Yeah, well, Thrilling 30.
Yeah, Thrilling 30.
Yeah. Then we get a new listing for Elita 1, Point Blank Crankcase.
That Elita 1 is going to be Netflix Elita 1 in a different color scheme.
Probably G1 color scheme.
Yeah, regular box.
And then to go round table to that speculation about the Prime Soundwave, we get, and we've also had Bulkhead in these listings too. I'd like a G1 styled Bulkhead.
Yeah, I think RC is going to be Prime RC.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We get a Target exclusive Transformers Prime knockout. Well, actually, I don't know that it's Target exclusive, but it was just in the Target system. But a Prime knockout. All right, I know that was a lot, and I rambled through a lot of those.
They better give us a breakdown.
I think if we go back to there was one of these listings.
Right, but not a Stunticon breakdown. The breakdown for knockout.
That very well could be the Prime breakdown. Yeah. So a lot. I feel like when we get these Target listings, when people are pulling stuff out of the Target computers, I think 9 out of 10 times, if not more, they have been 100% dead on accurate.
Yeah, and it matches some stuff that I've heard from a pretty reliable source that, quote, the next toy line is going to be sick. And I think we're going to get a lot of stuff that people have been wanting for a while. Some non-G1 stuff.
Since I think since we started Figure Action, I think I've been saying I wish they would just take the Marvel Legends approach. I hate this trilogy stuff that they like to do. I wish that they just be like, hey, if we can make a figure, if we can remake a figure from this line, let's do it. Let's. And I think that's like what was refreshing about Kingdom is it was Beast Wars and G1 focused, but they did throw some oddities in there. And it was cool to get Fangry out of the buzzworthy Bumblebee line, but it's like when you go in and you see Marvel Legends and they'll do the Venom line and it'll have unique packaging, or they'll do the Villains line, it'll have it's like, why reinvent the wheel to do these trilogies when you could just say, hey, we want to make this character, let's fit it into this wave.
Yeah, I think that would work great for Generations. Just the way it works great for Legends is we'll do that way. They could do a 7 or 8 figure wave of IDW bots. They could do a 7 or 8 figure wave of Prime or Beast Wars or whatever they want, and have release them all at once, get them out there, and move on to what's next. You're not tied down to anything, and then other stuff still can exist. You can still do 86 Studio Series or Studio. Well, okay, that's what Studio Series does, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Studio Series does like, okay, here's 86 movie bots. Here's the Bayverse stuff. Here's this movie, that movie, whatever.
I'm just curious what they mean by legacy and evolution. Is legacy going to be like the Legends line, or are they going to do
legacy?
Evolution?
Is the next story. That's the way it was with War for Cybertron. Transformers Legacy is the next. It's the next series.
I am so excited with how
Legacy. I think it's going to be the Legacy trilogy.
I just want to see more stuff like the fossilizers. I want to see original characters. Like, that's one of the things I think I miss most about Transformers, is getting brand new characters. And I think one of the reasons why the base stuff is actually aged well, and this might be controversial to some, is that they're the most unique Transformers designs that we've gotten in a long time. And the fact that companies, including Hasbro, have proven that the designs are possible, it kind of sells them.
I'm going to say, I can't say that with the Bay, but I will say that that exact logic is why I love Prime so much.
Sure.
Yeah.
Prime did exactly that. They brought some excellent characters in there. Knockout.
Animated, yeah.
And animated as well, but I mean, Knockout. Bulkhead, who's in both Prime and animated, which I'm surprised Bulkhead hasn't been brought into mainstream. Barricade, yes, one of the few ones to finally break through.
The problem with Bulkhead is they made him into Hound in the Michael Bay movie.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, Hound should have been Bulkhead, plain and simple. But I mean, like in general, like Barricade is now in G1, which I'm happy about.
You noticed in a Siege cartoon, Hound even had a gruff voice, just like Bulkhead would have.
I like lovable dumb Bulkhead.
I would just like some new good fiction. That's so much to ask for.
Again, Prime gave us that.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't, but Prime was 10 years ago. Well, 11 years ago now.
And when was the last good Bay film? About the same time.
I think that the only good Bay movie is the first one. And that's with an asterisk, because there's things about that movie I hate. But
I'm just saying. So, I mean, I'm saying I wasn't disagreeing with your logic, just the actual particular media for that.
Mark Slayer says, I want to see Armada Prime prototype that was shown a few years back. Yeah, I feel like if they do a Generations line where they just kind of have carte blanche to release whatever they want, maybe that's where they can release that Armada Prime. Like, I still think one of my favorite figures they came out with last year was that Super Megatron. And that was a Titans
I missed
return
out on that, and everyone loves that.
Oh, man, that sucks. I'd love them to reissue that, because I got that figure on a whim. I skipped on Star Convoy. I waited to get the MMC one, which I was surprised MGO actually didn't like. But yeah, that Super Megatron's so good.
Yeah, I need to. I hope they reissue that, because the images didn't do anything for me, and I don't have enough of a connection to it. So it was, at the time, it was like, I could put that.
I think he only ever was in a comic. I don't think he ever. Yeah, he wasn't ever in like any official fiction.
Both Super Megatron and Star Convoy were in the last manga where they were supposed to, where Super Megatron was powered up by Volger, I think it was called.
I have hopes that maybe MMC will do a Super Megatron in that same line that they did with the Star Convoy in. I like
the Benjamin Whitcomb says Bay was, well, I didn't like it.
I still want, there was a great, I'm surprised no third party has ever done and this was a Transformers manga-only character where the Quintessons literally they found the body parts of Optimus Prime and the body parts of Megatron, put them together into one robot, and it was powered by the ghost of Starscream, and it was called Giltor.
Oh, yeah.
Look up a picture of that badass motherfucker. It's basically Prime with this freaking ultra, like, huge revolver fusion cannon on his arm. I would love third party to make a figure of that. Giltor, Guiltor.
I keep finding pictures of animated Soundwave for whatever reason. What's interesting is we lost Matt and nobody knows.
Oh, I knew.
No. Well, you
or
knew.
Or Gilthor. I don't know. Let me look at his.
Well, why you look for that?
Guitar.
Yeah, Gilthor.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
You tell me that would not look like...
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
We might lose me. My daughter is here after a long time.
Oh.
And she keeps bugging me every 2 seconds.
Well, here's a
TF
grainy picture.
You tell me you would not
cool.
want that on your shelf.
I would not want that on my shelf.
Yeah.
All right. Well, X-Transbots, we've got a lot to talk about with them because this is
killing it this week.
They have been killing it this week, and this is a figure a long time to make. I can't remember. I think it was 2015 was when this figure was first announced. Their Abaddon, which is their take on a masterpiece Galvatron. Boy, oh boy, I think this really is evocative of what Takara has been doing. I like that they show this here with MP45 and MP36.
It's definitely a step up from Apollyon.
Yeah. Huge step up. This face looks good. There's some of the faces in this don't quite nail it. That blast effect is out of this world. We don't have any prototype pictures of the cannon. What do you guys think of this one?
I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to everything they've announced. I'm one of those folks that Fans Toys prices me out of, and it's not that I don't buy expensive Transformers. It's just there's something about Fans Toys that I just can't swallow the pill of their price on a lot of. Same way with a lot of official Masterpiece. And if X-Transbots can come in under that Fans Toys price point and give me all these crazy bots that I want, I'm all for it. Especially as long as they don't come out of the same factory that Cup did.
I'm liking you, Kato. I like how you think. If the price is solid and the materials are solid, I mean, I wouldn't even care less about the transformation on that. To be honest, that would be just a good bot to handle and pose.
Yeah, I think he looks good.
I think it looks good, and a lot of the proportions remind me of what I've seen of the comic book image. But I got Sovereign for $12, and I'm not going to spend the money on this.
Yeah, of course. That would be crazy.
I have Sovereign as well. And Fans Toys, they make a good product. I'm happy with it. I think at the end of the day, I'm going to pass on this one. I own the bulk of X-Transbots products. I think this looks great, but I don't see this dethroning my Sovereign. I just I don't think it has an edge over it. Now, I mean, if they paint it up and it really looks like Takara, I might rethink that, but I don't think my Sovereign's going anywhere, to be honest with you. I think even when if they do an official Takara one, I'd hang on. And honestly, like when official Takara releases come out, I don't sell my Fans Toys. I put them in either. I take the better looking one in alt mode and the better looking one in robot mode, and that's how they find their way into my collection.
If I had Sovereign, I probably wouldn't get this. I don't do, other than there's only a few characters that I will buy multiple versions of. Like once I have a character that it fits what I need for for my collection. I don't need 2 Galvatrons.
Right.
Now I'll do Optimus and Megatron, Sunstreaker. There's a few that just I'm going to get multiples of because they mean something to me.
Yeah.
But like, unless something comes along and just blows it out of the water and replaces something that I already have, if I'm even going on everything I said about Fan Toys, if I had Sovereign, I probably wouldn't care about this.
Benjamin Kuhn says depends on the price. Well, with that, I do want to talk about this next one because the next drop that X-Transbots has, this is their Jansen, their masterpiece scale Preceptor, and we just got Tesla 2.0. But this guy is he's coming in cheaper than the Fans Toys one, and I think this blows it out of the water. We got a painted prototype for this guy at least. I like what they're doing with their new hands. I think from the painted up, if you didn't tell me this was X-Transbots, I would have thought it was Fans Toys.
Right.
I mean, the metallic paints that they're using here, I mean, you can get them in an arms crossed pose.
Somewhat
Arms crossed pose. It looks like the barrel of this blaster probably extends too, if I had to guess.
Kind of glad they didn't go IDW with it.
Why was they though?
They did the faces.
Yeah, you get the more traditional rifle here.
You know what I want out of this set? The little tiny
the miniatures.
Yeah. Yeah. I like how they do.
I'm in on this. I don't have Tesla, and I really like Preceptor. One of the few. I had him as a kid, and I don't have any representation of him, so I'm excited for this to come out.
I will buy this Takara style blast effect here. This looks very.
Only thing I don't like about him is something's off about the crotch flaps in the front, and his back is huge.
What's with you and focusing on the crotch flaps lately?
And look at these. I hate when they do these weird ass hero poses.
They try to do the superhero pose.
But it's proving he's got a waist swivel.
Yeah.
Did he just have a did he have a spring-loaded gun? Is that what I saw?
It looks like it. And X-Transbots is one of the companies that still does spring-loaded gimmicks.
Yeah.
So this looks like the toy style gun right here.
Mm-hmm. And I'm noticing no treads on his legs.
So didn't Fans Toys have both of those guns?
Yeah, it had both.
It looks good. I can't say anything bad about it. I hope it has good quality.
That's what I'm hoping for too. I'm hoping that they learn their mistakes from like Locke and their previous releases. God, I love these little miniature figures. I like he comes with a little miniature microscope, and on top of that, these guys are articulated.
Right, they're actual figures.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah, I'm really, really considering getting this over the Tesla 2.0.
I'll buy your little figures. Anybody that doesn't want them, but I already paid for the Fans Toys one.
Yeah,
I like it. I really like it.
What's sad is the only X-Transbot I have is their boost, the Wind Charger, which is like a murderous transformation.
Yes.
So, and I didn't go in on their Minosaur, so I don't have a lot of experience with X-Transbots.
It's so hit or miss. They're like, you ever have a friend that's like really shitty, but every now and then he does something really cool?
T-Man can hear you.
On that note,
no, I didn't mean it. I have quite a few KFC bots though, so yeah.
Same company.
Yeah.
They're definitely a hit and a lot of myth.
Yes. Next up, this is a figure that we kind of inadvertently asked for, coming from X-Transbots. This is Bond and James, or James Bond, a G1 styled punch counter punch. This guy's apparently coming at the end of the year, and he's coming in 2 different flavors. You're getting this. This is the Japanese version, which is the one I think I'm going to ultimately go with. They also have a U.S. version based off of his commercial appearance from the U.S. Yeah, we've been asking for this figure on Figure Action for a while now.
Had the worst goddamn dialogue in season 4.
Yep.
He did.
My
Sony
Autobot counterpart.
What were you saying, T?
Said Sony wants it. Isn't
I
it the
want it.
same car that Boost is?
I think maybe.
Is it?
Looks like he's really
Night
tall.
Williams says, and Rebirth.
So what do we know what the scale is? Are we talking boost and hatch scale, or are we talking?
No, he's normal Carbot size scale from
Okay.
what I can tell. Granted, we've
I
only
would
got
think so from
renders.
the price, right? Like
Yeah, because it's $100 for him.
Yeah.
And I mean, ultimately, I think this looks great.
Yeah, I just don't know if I'm going to get the U.S. or the Japanese version.
I pre-ordered one of each, but I think ultimately I may just go Japanese for both of them because, like, I prefer these head sculpts and they're more evocative of the toy.
Yeah,
Whereas like this,
the Japanese head sculpts definitely look cooler.
yeah,
Mhm.
and you know this, I don't know. I like. I don't mind this so much, but I prefer this. So I probably will go Japanese for both of them.
Yeah, they're saying Boost is a Firebird, which is correct. This is a Fiero, so yeah, okay.
Okay.
I think all we need now is for them to make the jump starters.
Well, I wouldn't be shocked.
Now, if
If
they're
that
doing
happens soon.
Omnibots and
Yeah.
this, they'll do jump starters, I bet.
We'll just take a look at Downshift real quick. They released renders of him.
Before we get to this, I want to thank Kato so much for coming on here.
Aw,
Appreciate you spending time with us. But I gotta go.
all right.
My daughter
Later,
is bugging me.
Thanks, T-Man. It
All
was
right,
good hanging
T.
out with you.
Nice hanging out with you.
I think
And
this
the
was
rest
the
of y'all.
first time.
It doesn't feel like it.
No, it doesn't feel like it. It never feels like it because we're always in each other's comments.
Yes. Well, all right, go.
Take it easy, man. Thanks.
And then there were 3.
Finally, God.
And we still got a bunch to talk about. So, Dave, I hope you can hang. Kato and Dave, I hope you guys can hang out a little bit longer. Still have
Got me for a little bit
bit
more, but man, there's so much other
My
things.
girlfriend, she's already mad. So, you know,
Well, there you go.
she's mad because I'm not. No, she's
My
not
girlfriend's
mad.
been mad for ages, but my wife's been even more angrier. No,
She's a wonderful woman and she's just fine.
Well, we'll get through our third-party news, and I'll cherry pick our other toy news, so we don't have to go into a whole bunch of other stuff. Downshift, he looks great.
Yes.
Karma's gorgeous.
You know, I don't know that I'm going to rush out and grab the Omnibots, though. I feel like these are for a very, very niche audience. I might actually wait for a sale on these guys.
Yeah, cool. Move.
I'm the sucker that's going to get all these. And I don't even have a nostalgic connection to them. I just think they look awesome.
Yeah, the stands.
They do look good.
If their alt modes look this clean, I am all in. Who doesn't want a transforming Toyota Celica?
Hyundai.
You nailed it there. All right. Well, next up, we've got a look at the Junkions that KFC is doing. And again, this is X-Transbots as well. They are going hard as a motherfucker with these things.
Yes, they are.
I waited on the last ones. I'm behind. I just have Scrap Heap, or is it Scrap Heap and Rekar?
I've got Crash Hog, and I didn't even get Scrap Heap.
Yeah.
Again, I don't army build, and they're not different enough for me to go in on all of them.
I would love a Junkion shelf, but just so much other stuff came out that it's difficult to go in on these. These are priced a little bit lower. These are coming in at like $119 a piece as their MSRP.
But once you get to a certain one, I can tell you I will most certainly get it.
This guy here, I really like. I like how he's got the wheels going inside him. I know that's like, the faux wheels and everything, but he looks bad as shit.
Yeah, he does. He looks different enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, I think, is supposed to be based off of something.
Cliff Jumper.
Yeah, I mean, I know he does kind of look like
It's a Bumble Jumper.
Yeah. And then you get Psycho, and
I'm gonna get the Psycho.
I love the Machine Robo one that came out with the deluxe scale, but god damn if this doesn't look like it blows that out of the water.
Yes.
Like
I wanted the Machine Robo, that the exclusive one that had this face sculpt.
Yeah.
Not the original toy sculpt. It had the cartoon head sculpt.
I got that one, but this looks like this looks better.
Yeah, this one I'm getting this 100%. The other Junkions I couldn't. They look great. Couldn't care less about. I think they're awesome, like you said, for a Junkion shelf. But once I saw that Psykill, I was like, that's weird enough for me to want to get.
I just don't have there's so much stuff that comes out. A Junkion shelf is so far on the back burner.
I'm glad it's there for people that I say what I say about a lot of stuff. Even if I don't like it, I'm glad it exists for people that want it.
100%.
No matter what it is, I don't have to want it for it to be cool. But that Psykill, it spoke to my soul.
Now they also showed off their bailiff from the Transformers movie. I'd cover that, but there's not really much to say about them. As well as they showed off that they're still working on Autobot Spike. So I think X-Transbots and KFC are going to have a huge year.
Yeah,
I just hope they can keep it competitive with pricing like they're doing.
The Bailiff and the Quintesson, I wish they would release a non-gimmicked version.
That's what I've been saying from the start. Like they don't need the voices, they don't need the motors. I think most of us just want it to sit on the shelf and call it a day.
You give me $110 version of that without the lights and sounds, maybe $100 version of that without the lights and sounds, I'd get it.
I wonder if they're just trying to phone it in with Autobot Spike and give him an alt mode that he doesn't need.
I guess they
could make that, sell it for $60 and call it a day.
Yeah.
Well,
what was the other company that did an Autobot Spike?
Blue Lobster?
Blue Lobster.
Yeah. And that ended up just being a vinyl figure.
Yeah. It was basically, it was like a waste.
Right. So next up, we got one. Dave, I know you're going to be excited for this. Crimson Wings. Deformation Space is doing their take on a masterpiece Starscream.
Yeah, we've been following this one for a while.
Yeah.
And it's shaping up to be pretty good. It's a little bit less. It's about $100 less than 3.0. And as I said, as long as the plastic's good, I'll be in for it. I'm just, it's a company out of nowhere.
Yeah. I think we've been hearing they might be Transcraft or Transform Element.
Or Black Mamba. That's another one I heard. Which, again, that's solid stuff right there. So.
And he has a waist swivel, they say. Yeah.
And an ab crunch. It's crazy. It looks like this guy's probably getting ready to go soon. Dame Chuck reported from Dame Chuck Reports an inbox picture of this guy. So if you pre-order him, they've got him up on Show Z. As Dave mentioned, he's $100 less than the official. And I won't be shocked if people get shipping notices for this guy.
Yeah,
real
fine with the old KO of the last MP Starscream. I've got, and I don't even know what generic company made that.
Yeah, there's so many of them.
But I'm fine with that. He sits on the shelf. I'm not Deluxe. I don't need multiple Starscream.
I want my Ghost Starscream. Somebody make me a masterpiece Ghost Starscream. Is that so hard to ask?
It's coming. One of these companies will do it. They'll do it.
Takara will do it, but then they'll want a shit ton of money for it.
Yeah, for $400 you can have one.
So got one from Kang Toys.
Oh, I love these. These
So
are
this
some of my
one's
favorite
interesting.
bots.
Thor Gorilla.
Yeah, I'm that guy. I love these to no end.
So this is an original piece, but it's kind of based off of Optimus Primal in a way, and people think this is going to form the crotch piece of their Predaking. This is an interesting thing because like Kang Toys is doing this hyper stylized Predaking that's masterpiece scaled. And I think this is an interesting, if this is true, this is a very interesting approach to doing a solution to your parts forming, because they already, the hands already form this crab thing.
Yep. Just add another part.
Yeah. So I honestly, I think as a one-off piece, like I love Optimus Primal,
This thing is amazing.
Yeah, I think Optimus Primal in Predacon colors, like Predaking colors, would actually be pretty damn cool.
Yeah, they've got my money. They're one of my favorite new companies. Now, apparently, we're not gonna see these for a while.
Lady Lynn says, "How is the crotch?" Well,
yeah, I have nothing negative to say about this. I want all of them. Now, I don't want their legends that they're doing. That just seems weird. But
it seems weird, but I think it's cool that they're doing two options for people that just don't have the space for the masterpiece stuff, and they want to have a Predaking or something unique. I think Legends is interesting. Legends is kind of like spiraled out of control for a lot of people because there's no cohesion to it, and then there's there's varying scales within Legends, and Legends are now the size of like Deluxe class Transformers. So it's like, I know if Matt were here, he'd probably have a little rant about how he got out of Legends. So. And speaking of Legends, I do have one on the docket. I don't collect them, but I always like looking as an outsider. And funny enough, Mex Fans Toys is doing a Wreck-Gar.
Well, I hadn't seen this.
Yeah, and I think this looks pretty cool. I don't know what really the size is. There's a picture of somebody holding it.
Is it Mechanic Studios or Mech Fan? Is it? Which one is it? Which one's? Well, it's a unique mold, right? So it's probably Mechanic Studios, right?
It's Mechanic Studios / Mech Fans Toys.
Because Mech Fans Toys typically they're the
ripped off
right?
DX9 for a long time.
Yeah. That looks good. Deluxe will get it. I'll watch his review and be happy.
I'll watch him do some floor time.
Yeah, I'm going to do floor time with him at TFCon. You wait.
Oh, hell yeah. And last
cool. I didn't even know that was coming. That's good.
Last on our third-party news, we get a look at Fire Guts Convoy coming because you knew Fans Hobby was going to do this.
Yep.
You get a Fire Guts Convoy. They're Power Baser. One thing I'll say about this, I own the mold 3 times over. I've got Power Baser. I've got the Nucleon Quest version, and then I've got the Thunder Clash. I really like the fact that in the combined mode, he's got yellow windows, and then the individual robot, they give him blue windows. I think that's just a really cool touch. They didn't have to do it, but they did it anyway.
Fans Hobby is a great company. I don't have enough of their stuff. I still need to get their Armada Prime, and I just don't know why I haven't yet, other than it being $240.
New pictures of their Megatron came out too, colored.
Yes. And it looks amazing.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Dave?
Well, I was gonna say the Armada Prime had some QC issues, but
it did. But I will say that they fixed it. They sent out the parts to anybody that asked, and
and pulled all the rest.
Yeah, it had to cost them a shit ton of money to do that too.
And they did it quick.
They did it very quick, and then they didn't raise their prices on their figures either, which to me that says a lot.
Very cool.
Benjamin said that they phoned it in with Nightbird. They did, but that's like a different class. Like I tell folks in my reviews of the Headmaster bots, the juniors, that I'm like, that's not that's not what Fans Hobby normally does. It doesn't feel like a Fans Hobby bot. I like them, but like the Fans Hobby monster bots were the first ones I got, and I was like,
Oh, hell
these
yeah.
things are beasts. Like, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, I skipped Repugnance at first, and then I got their Double Cross, and I fell in love with them then.
Oh, they're like giant. They're bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great.
All right, next up, G.I. Joe news. We got more Target leaks, and these don't seem to be Cobra Island, so we can calm down a little bit, just a little bit. And these are all code names as they've been doing. And people are speculating on what these are. We've got Jupiter, which people seem to think is Storm Shadow, Zenith, which they think is Sculper, Meteor, which is the new Cobra Trooper. Although they did have those, what were they Neo Vipers that they have on the back? They have on the back of the boxes.
Alley Viper.
Alley Vipers. Thank you,
Alley
Dave.
Vipers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So a whole bunch of new listings. I'm sure we'll get reveals of these. We do know that there's a list of unproduced figures. We got Chuckles, CoverGirl, Doc, Dusty, Hawk, Helix, Jinx, Ripcore, Rock and Roll, Sci-Fi, Stalker, Wild Bill, Alley Viper, the Bats. God, the Bats better be a mainline release.
That's
I'm
right.
not going to harp on it.
Oh God, if they do Cobra Island Bats,
Yeah,
the world will explode.
Yeah.
No.
Buzzer, Ripper, Road Pig, Sand Scorpion, Scrap Iron, Storm Shadow, Tomex, and Zamont, Torch, and Zarana. I think there's a high probability all these are going to get made. I wish that G.I. Joe would be stocked better. I actually, anecdotally, I was in Walmart yesterday, and I found Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow from the Joe movie on the shelf. First time I've seen them in stores, but still, like, the distribution hasn't gotten any better. And I feel bad for everybody still waiting on the roadblocks because, like, that's an awesome figure and it's an Amazon exclusive. They should have it readily available. I hate that this line is so hard to collect. And, if you're on His Tank, you got to love this, ending soon on eBay. And, this is where, unfortunately, it seems like the bulk of the Joes are winding up.
I just don't know why I don't see Shipwreck's name anywhere.
That is curious. And it's nuts. Isn't it crazy that we got
Barbecue?
Not Barbecue. God, he was like in Wave 2. And I just had a complete brain blip. Marine. One of my favorite. Gung Ho. Yes, thank you. Isn't it crazy we got Gung Ho before we got Shipwreck?
Yes. I want a Shipwreck. I don't know why nobody's talking. Why?
Well, if you watch Snake Eyes, you can catch a train wreck.
Oh, okay.
Well done. Well done. All right. See, if Dave was a Joe, his name would be Roastmaster.
Roastmaster Dave.
All right, next up, Lightning Collection. They are doing the Ninja Rangers. We had our first look at the black and blue Ninja Rangers, and these look pretty good. One major caveat to these guys, though, is that they're coming in at $26.99 on Hasbro Pulse. Now, these could be considered deluxe figures and exclusives, but I think they're priced way too high. I don't think they should come with... I don't know. I mean, Dave, I got to know what your thought is on all these head options. Do you really think that they're necessary?
No, but at the same time, dude, someone could... The worst part is they could actually really be army built for other generic ninjas. But, I mean, you got all original molds, a lot of plastic on them.
Yeah.
But, no, I don't think it needed all three heads. But that's part of... all three heads were part of the morphing sequence for those.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, these were only in Power Rangers Ninja, and they were US only stuff. So
Yes.
because the Tangle Warriors were US exclusive mooks for them to fight that Lord Zed supposedly made. The Tangles were never in Japan, and since the Tangles were never in Japan, they never had any footage of Sentai Warriors fighting them, so they had to make these forms, kind of like the if you ever watched the old VR Troopers show, the Battle Grid was never
These are very nostalgic to me.
I apologize. My brain is going out. My AC isn't working. It's about 85 degrees down here, and I'm So I'm sorry if I seem out of it. I'm not. I might be tapping out soon.
Yeah, Jay Lee says
we have
these
to
are
stay until you pass out.
$24.99 at Target. I didn't realize Target was selling these. I thought these were Pulse exclusives.
No, Pulse, you pay $50 a year extra to be charged $3 more.
Yeah.
And then get them a month later than everybody else does.
With the exception of Red Alert. Red Alert, I thought I was pre-ordering him, and he showed up this week. I'm getting these, but I don't like the price hike on them.
Power Rangers are a rabbit hole I didn't go down. I was
probably
Power
safer.
when Mighty Morphin came out, I was just getting heavy into the workforce, and I didn't have a chance to fall in love with those. So I got lucky. Many years later, I don't have to collect them.
I collect the Zords more. I love collecting the Zords.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut out some of our non-TF news. We're gonna do one Todd here, and we're gonna do a quick look at it because I want to know your thoughts on this gold label Azrael here. I mean, it's a repaint, but it's a pretty repaint.
It's
pretty repaint, but I would much rather have them actually done a Nightfall repaint.
Yeah.
Than that.
Tell you what, the McFarlane DC stuff is just gorgeous. Like I do really like a lot of it, and I cherry pick a lot of the stuff. I think I would get more if they dove out of Batman lore a little bit and went into multiple. There's other comics out there.
I just put the Lobo on pre-order.
Oh, yeah, that Lobo looks sweet. The
and for the price point, like cheaper than Marvel Legends.
In some cases.
Yeah, right. In some cases, but there's some really good looking stuff out there, and I think they're doing a good job with them.
But I really think that if they were going to redo this armor, I would have done it in the Nightfall colors as opposed to this.
I will say that Superboy Prime looks awesome.
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm debating on that one. That one I might if I see him in the store, but that Lobo's a must-have for me. This I'm passing, easy pass. So I just paid. I am getting the other Azrael repaint in the Crusader paint scheme.
I've seen the white Azrael repaint recently. That's a sharp.
Yeah, the gold label one. Yeah,
looks that one's sharp. I don't even know if that was in the comics or not, but that one I'm getting.
I wish T hadn't tapped out, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this. But if anybody saw the trailer for the new He-Man show that's aimed at kids, honestly, I don't think it looks bad.
Oh. This is a He-Man in the Masters of the Universe show versus just Masters of the Universe. Yeah. So this one will be, dear God, he missed a leg day.
This is like very evocative of How to Train Your Dragon from what I got from the trailer.
That's exactly what it reminds me of. I thought the trailer was fun. Like it's not that's how you do an off the wall new take on a kid's version of He-Man.
It's like a techno magic future, like Orko's a robot now, and it's fine. Man at Arms looks interesting.
It's crazy. It's Cyberverse.
Yeah. I mean, these are it's kind of like Cyberverse. These are limited POA. I mean, they look like they do in the show.
More power to Mattel. They need I passed on the Masters Universe line. That's actually pretty cool right there.
Yeah,
I passed on the Masters Universe line just because I told myself I had to learn to draw some lines, and I've been pretty strong about that. but as far as I can see, it's been a win as far as a toy line.
I think so. I've gotten them all so far, and I love
Mattel screwed up with DC. I think they're making a comeback with this, with one of their own properties. So absolutely.
Man, Lady Alenda's got to like right at your jugular. I wish Playmates would take notes. Like what the Playmates is doing, basically nothing with the Turtles line except letting it stagnate and letting NECA get all the glory. And at least Mattel's, whether you like this stuff or not, Mattel's trying. They're giving a line for collectors and they're giving a line for kids. And
cool.
You know,
I think they realized they screwed up with DC, and they've stepped up their game on the wrestling figures. Again, not something I collect, but I've watched that. So please go for it. Mattel's been an established company. I would love to see them pull a comeback on Hasbro.
And it looks like you're also.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Mattel. He said Mattel owns He-Man, though. Yeah. He is right. I was just going to say real quick. It looks like they are doing more articulated figures for this line here, as you can see from this. I guess it's a deluxe He-Man.
He's ready for International Chess Day. Size is the prize, and swole is the goal.
Here's the thing. I will watch the cartoon to see what it's like, because I'm an idiot and I like cartoons. And then if they make me like the characters enough, I might pick a couple of these up and just take a look at them. Because why not? If I'm walking through the store on one of these days where I'm looking for something and there's no new product out, I could see myself pulling one of these off going, all right.
Yeah, just fun.
I'll give you $10 for that.
Now, Dave, I know you're excited for this one.
Sorry, yes. I'm already designing a sarcophagus. I don't know why they didn't have one packaged for him. That
does that not come with it? Does it not come with it?
Sadly, no.
Sadly, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But that looks, I mean, I'm in on this Universal Monsters line.
I think this looks better than the Frankenstein.
And the Frankenstein is great. I cannot say a bad thing about that Frankenstein figure.
I really should go back and get these. Was Frankenstein the first Universal?
Yep, Frankenstein.
I may pick these up.
The colored one is at Walmart, and now the black and white one's starting to appear at Target. I saw
the black and white one today.
Black and white ones are really, I mean, they're solid. I only want color just because, heck, I can turn black and white on my camera lens for my photography.
I may go back and get in on these when I see them. I love the old Universal Monster movies, and I know that they're trying to put these out there because the MonsterVerse is coming. They're about to start their whole Universal Monster Verse movie series is coming.
I'm liking the new take on this Universal Monsterverse, though. It's a lot better than the previous attempt. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I might have to grab some of these.
Yeah,
I might go black and white. I don't know.
I mean, at least with the Mummy, you're basically close enough to black and white.
There's some color differences on there. There's definitely some color differences. But like I said, I can always hit black and white on my color filter.
Oh, Nightwingham says not all of them are being done in black and white. Oh.
No. I think the best, at least when they teased them, I think the one that I thought was like coolest looking in black and white is the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, that's one that I will be hard to pass up. That and Wolfman, I'll be hard to pass.
Next up, Hyatt Toys. We talk about these guys a lot. I think T's probably the only person that has any of their figures.
I got one of their Predators.
Oh, you do? Okay. They are doing now it's 3 3/4 inch scale, or 3 3 3/4 inch scale, but they're doing a RoboCane, which means that this is probably going to be a 6 or 7 inch scale figure. From RoboCop 2. I have a soft spot for RoboCop 2. and this thing's retailing at $50. I think this looks pretty damn cool. I think
It's like these. The other company was it Joy Toy, with their Acid Rain stuff.
Yeah.
And also, Joy Toy's doing those even smaller figures, like those Warhammer scaled figures. If I could afford them, I'd get them.
And what's that other company? Toys Alliance.
Toys Alliance. They're doing those Warhammer one things. They're doing
I'm going in on those. I think I'm definitely on the transforming bots. I might get the smaller figures too.
Well, they got that one that's like the guy's driving like a car that turns into a robot, and then there's a wolf that turns into a car that turns into a fist that goes into the robot.
Yes, and one big combiner. Yeah, I've got all the robots pre-ordered. It's hard for me to get the small figures because the small figures are 2.5 inches tall,
and they're like $20,
$35, and normally $10 or more to ship. And I'm like, I have a hard time paying $40-$50 for a 3-inch figure.
Yeah,
that's a big ask.
But they are absolutely beautiful.
Yes, they are wonderful. The accessories they come with are great. The articulation is great, but you end up paying $40-$50 for a 3-inch figure, and I'm just like, I'll pay $120 for your giant robot, but $35 for your 3-inch dude is that's a hard pill to swallow.
Oh damn, Adrian.
Nerds.
So he'll take a 6-incher, but he won't take a 3-incher, folks.
That's right. If I'm paying $130, I'll take the 13-inch.
Adrian, I'll hit you up through DMs. We gotta catch up, man. It's been too long.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm tapping out. I'm about to.
All right. Well, Kato, let me. If you got a few more, we'll wrap up the episode.
Sorry, Kato, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, anytime, man. I appreciate you. You guys, and all you guys are welcome to come over and hang out on my channel too. So I'll do some live streams once in a while.
I guess we'll do.
I'm sorry.
Before we do the drawing for the Major Blood. Good night, Dave. I do want to hold you captive for a discussion here because, like, if you go on, and I think you've probably been a collector long enough to know, Hasbro, they're known for the incredible shrinking Transformers. And I thought about this today when I got Red Alert, and just how much unused space there is in the packaging. And, I made mention earlier about the LeBron, anybody nationwide seeing these Space Jam figures on the shelf, LeBron's head's missing. There's My Hero figures that come in the eco-friendly packaging, and they're popping the heads right off the ball joints.
Mm-hmm.
And when Hasbro first announced they were going to get rid of plastic, I thought maybe they'd use like a corn-based material. But I think this open packaging just ain't gonna fly.
No,
and
it's not.
I think that they should just make the packaging smaller. And I wanted to have a round table, but I guess everybody's busy tonight. What do we think Hasbro and other companies can do to make packaging eco-friendly, but also make it protect the figure? Because when I got that,
The only answer is smaller packaging, not windowless packaging. There's, from a collector standpoint, or from not even a collector, from a consumer standpoint, we already see folks bringing bricks, and we used to call them brick in a box, where it's either the wrong figure or something completely different back into the box. But it won't change. It won't change until they lose money one way or the other, either in theft or in it's a bad call.
I gotta say, when I got this Optimus Prime, I was shocked that the figure is this big and comes in this box in robot mode. And I think this is kind of more the answer that they need. They need to make, okay, can we ship more of them? Shipping costs have gone up. If you do smaller packaging, you can fit more. It might help them with their distribution. And I think people have just kind of accepted that the figures are smaller and the prices have gone up.
If you look at how Mastermind Creations ships a lot of their
stuff, MMC is my favorite company.
Yeah, mine too. Alt mode, small box, like the RC figure, the I was looking for an MMC box here, but you know what I'm talking about then. So like
yeah,
that's
they're like the pack. They're like the size of like a. I don't get it. It's like you get like a Carbot size masterpiece, and it's like the size of a pack of playing cards. Well, it's not. That's an exaggeration.
right. But
Like
I mean, I
Crayola
think
crayons is a good.
yes,
That's
yeah. Stuff like that is the answer. Like I don't think. I mean, I don't mind going windowless like they're doing with what was it? It was the Starscream they showed that was completely windowless, but you can't tell me there's not still wasted space in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The bad thing about windowless is we don't trust their QC issues enough to not look in the box and see that the figure's not great.
People, it gets me. I'm a member of a group called Action Figure Swap Outs, and there's so many people that are like, this figure is factory sealed, and yet it's another figure. It's like, no, somebody took a tool and they meticulously peeled back the tape and slid everything out, or stretched those ties out, or redid them with a pair of tweezers. I'm fairly confident you can do that, and put the other figure inside. If you're doing this windowless stuff, and I feel bad for anybody that's a mint and sealed box collector, because you go and you're an MISB collector. Hey, I bought a couple, one to sell down the road when the prices go up, and then you got to swap out. What do? You're eating that.
Yep, you're exactly right. I mean, I know that I would like to say that these guys aren't selling for the collector, but we know that's the case. I mean, we know that the collector is the audience. Otherwise, you wouldn't need things like this other He-Man line.
Benjamin Whitcomb says, bad QC Galvatron. I mean, you got to look in that Galvatron box to see if you got correctly assembled shoulders.
I walked into a Target the other day. I think I'd filmed. I think I put it on during a toy hunt. I walked into a Target and they had Kingdom. It's Kingdom Ultra Magnus. Inside the box, clear as day, was Earthrise Ultra Magnus sitting on the shelf. Right, it was, and I would know because we see the difference. Right, Target employee, no clue. I took the box. I went to the guy. I'm there every day. I know they say, "Oh, there's that fucker again coming in looking at toys." So I just grabbed it and I said, "Hey, you guys should know this is the wrong product inside the box. You may want to write it off. Do whatever you do with it." Went back the next day. Some bitch is sitting on the shelf again in the same spot. They don't care, and it's because they don't care. They just don't care. And I'm like, if that was a fully sealed box, and I wanted Kingdom Ultra Magnus, I wouldn't have known until a 20-minute ride back to the house that I got the shaft, and then I'm going to go back and return it, and they're going to put it back on the shelf, and it's going to be a cycle of sell and return and nuisance for everyone who bought that figure. And you're not going to know until you're on the way home. And I live in a vacation town. I would hate to be the guy that drives.
Yeah, you're near Myrtle, right?
Yeah.
And Night Wingham brings up a good point too, is that with these Windows boxes, you run the risk of accessories going away. For anybody that's collecting GI Joes, there are a lot of people that are, they get unhappy that certain figures don't come with certain weapons, and I can see people plucking those right out of the boxes.
Yeah,
I feel
it's a bigger problem. It's corporations that are looking at loss, right? They're looking at the value of loss, and you've got folks like it's a bigger mentality, but you've got the idea going along that there's going to be an Amazon retail store, and Walmarts and places like that are going to go fully basically trust system where you ring yourself up completely, and they think, I'll take X amount of loss until I care. And unfortunately, if that never occurs, if they're whatever that magic number is that their accountants can put together, it doesn't matter. So if we get screwed as collectors, it's like, we'll send them something of equal value and make them happy.
I think the Space Jam thing is definitely going to change the game for this packaging, because it was interesting. I started seeing in groups like the DMV Action Figure Society, people posted pictures of the missing LeBron heads, and I knew it was like a TikTok fad. But any Target or Walmart I go into, I see LeBron James, and it's just a ball socket.
I have not seen that yet. I've heard of it. I've seen pictures. I know you and other folks have talked about it. I have yet to see that, which is weird. Again, because I live in a tourist town, so people drive through and
you'd think
do whatever they want. But I've not seen it yet, and it's so weird to me. Like, it's such a weird thing.
Weird Myrtle Beach question. You ever eaten at Rio's?
No.
Oh man, it's a Brazilian steakhouse. We were week vacation at Sunset Beach every year.
Yeah.
So we went down to Rio's as a Brazilian steakhouse. My God, that place.
I love that stuff. She can't stand it. She thinks it's gross that they're just walking around with a hunk of meat, carving it off. I'm like,
hey, they got salad. They got salad bar.
It is. It's so good.
Yeah, and they got not only they have meat, they got pineapple to come up with they got a big roasted pineapple to carve it off.
I'm right all about it. I'll talk her into it.
Yeah, just say hey, look, you can get salad bar, and they'll do fresh salmon. They'll bring you a plate of fresh salmon to your table, and
yeah, I'm gonna talk her into that because I love it. I love that Brazilian. I had it when I went to Bolivia years ago and had it
the real deal.
The real deal. And I was like, why aren't there more places like this in the States?
I know.
I was just too poor to realize that there were more places like that in the States.
Yeah, Texas Day Brazil is the biggest one, and they got them all over. And then the other place we like to go in Myrtle is Mike's. Is it Mike's? I think it's Mike's Pancake House.
Oh yeah, Mike's Pancake House. I've heard of that. I don't do a lot of that. The tourist restaurant stuff. I'm like Burger King.
Yeah, I feel you, but man.
I will go and there are some places I'll go have some good seafood and barbecue. Oh God, barbecue.
Yeah, we go to the barbecue joint every year just because I got hush puppies. But most of them we're down there, we don't have too many Bojangles up here, so we're man, we got to go to Bojangles. And then we went 3 times this past vacation, and I went to on our way out. I said, let's just go for breakfast. Fuck it. And I got the potato rounds.
Oh man.
And yeah, God, those are I was like, she was Lex was all man, I want to get fries for my breakfast. And I got the Cajun breakfast biscuit. She's like, oh, sweet, you can get fries. I love their seasoned fries. And I was like, I want those potato rounds. I took 1 bite of them. I was like, and she's like, what's wrong? And I was like, these things. And she took 1 bite of mine, and they only give you 4 for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And I let her have a bite, and she looked like fucking Bilbo Baggins and was taking the ring away.
Yeah, I love Bojangles. Love Bojangles.
Oh man,
more than the Popeyes and the rest. I love their.
I can't wait for us to move down there. It's going to be about 6 years, and we're moving down.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, if I'm still around at that point, we definitely.
Hell yeah, man. It'd be awesome.
Sure. Yeah.
There's
not enough collector competition down here.
Well, funny enough, my new house is actually 4 minutes away from Matt. So,
really?
Yeah. Yeah, where we're staying now, I'm staying with the future in-laws. I'm maybe 6 minutes away from Cobra Clan, and then I'm gonna move, and I'm gonna be about 15 minutes away from him. I'm gonna be 4 minutes away from Matt.
That's
Matt
awesome.
Matt literally lives at the end of the street, where I'm moving to.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's no one. I've run into a few fellow collectors just randomly walking around Target, Walmart, and stuff, but there's no friend. The other Rejecticons, those guys, they're Inutabi and Sardo.
Yeah.
They're probably 4 or 5 hours away. We're on the same side. But
I mean, we got a lot of people in Nightwing. Yes, Matt does know, because when I did the final walkthrough of my new house, I actually picked up the box that No Effort Randomness sent to me. So I said, hey, I'm gonna swing by your place because it's not that far away. And I went down the street and was right at his townhouse, and I was like, holy crap.
That's awesome. That's really cool though. There's I would love to. I met up with Inutabi when I was driving I drove somewhere for a job and came back, and we kind of met up in a Food Lion parking lot, and of course he came down here actually for vacation, and we hung out while he was here. So it would be a neat thing to live close enough to another collector.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I was actually out in July, and my buddy Travis and we went up to the Target in Towson, and I was just in there talking, and I get a, hey, are you on Figure Action? And it was Brad Harper. He's a regular in the chat, and he recognized. I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And it was funny. Back before I moved, I'd get recognized. Like, I used to do cameo and T-Man stuff, and I would get recognized as T-Man's friend. Hey, I know you. You're T-Man's friend. It's like,
That's
yes,
great.
yes, I am.
That's the weirdest feeling, right? That's only happened a couple times to me at conventions to get recognized. Like one fairly local, and then one a little further off. What's stranger than that? So the lady of the house, she has a YouTube channel also. She does a channel mostly, completely clothes and stuff like that. So try-ons and reviews, outfits, whatever. Wildly successful, by the way, like ridiculously successful.
That's awesome.
Only been around for a year, just about to hit 12,000 subscribers. It's insane. But we were at Joe Fest, and I'm talking to the guy that does I don't know if you've seen them, the Animal Kingdom figures.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah. So like
the articulated. Yeah.
So I was talking to him, just shooting the shit about the figures, thinking about picking some up, and we hear something come up behind us, and this lady comes up and goes, "Are you Audrey?" And I was like, "You got to be fucking kidding me! We're at Joe Fest at a toy show where I want to be seen, I want to be noticed."
Right.
She gets recognized from her channel at Joe Fest before I do, and then the guy doing the Animal Kingdom stuff goes, "Oh, now I recognize you." I was like, "Don't do it now; it's too late." But I was like, "You got to be kidding!" So I know when we go to TF Con, I have no doubt in the middle of TF Con, somebody's girlfriend's going to come up and go, "Are you Audrey?" Yeah, yes, it is. Now leave it alone.
Adrian says, "I only get recognized in the bathroom stalls, famous from the waist down." What's also funny is I mean, a lot of people know Bolt Matrix. I mean, he is one of the OG Transformer reviewers, and I've become friends with him over the years. And it was funny, years ago, back in 2015. I worked for this company called Corporate Office Properties Trust. They're like they're a realty company. They do a lot of the building space for the NSA, and Bolt actually works over there. And it was funny because like I saw this guy in the lobby, very distinct voice, and he doesn't go in front of the camera a lot, but very, very distinct voice. And I was like, I think that's Bolt Matrix. And funny enough, after we became friends, I told him that, and I was like, man, it was funny. I wanted to say something to him. But it's a professional setting, and I was just like, no, I'm not going to go up to some guy and be like, "Are you Bolt Matrix?" And it in fact was him. He worked over there, and he's told me where he works, he's actually gotten that question before: "Are you Bolt Matrix?" Because people,
that's
this is
crazy.
a very
it's
distinct
such a
voice.
weird thing.
Yeah, and
so
it's just like.
strange.
And he said the one guy that asked him, he was like in a job interview and got like the tour of the office and heard him talking. He was like, "Are you Bolt Matrix?"
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
It was just like one of the weirdest things. Well, let's do this wheel to side. I think we'll wrap up the episode.
Yeah, let's do it.
And
who's going to win? Who is it?
Who is going to win? We are going to do the most fun version of it because we're doing the wheel of elimination. And I put everybody in here. Let me make sure that we've got the remove choice after it's landed on. So first one out the door. Oh, Nightwinging them. But you've already got Major Blood, so you're good.
If I win, I'm not. I've already got Major Blood. If I win, I'm not giving them to anyone.
Toy Mafia.
Wheel of Morality. Turn.
What lesson will
Michael
we learn?
Rogers? These are all names I recognize.
Winston.
Oh, sorry, Winston. Winston's a good dude.
Winston is a great dude, and he lives close by too. Jay Lee.
Jay Lee is another good dude.
Jedi Mindset. Awesome, dude. He's been to our meetup. I can't wait for COVID shit to be over so I can do my meetups
kidding.
again.
Man, it doesn't. I don't want to say anything bad. I was about to say it's like it doesn't exist down here. Nobody cares.
Maryland, different story. Lady
Yeah,
Linda.
that's what I hear.
We'll do a T-shirt giveaway next week. Those are always a lot more for Jonathan Walker. Good dude, always in the chat. Dare 2727.
Toy Mafia is mad.
I am sorry, Toy Mafia.
Adrian
got eliminated. Jose Cortez. Watch it be Deluxe Baldwin.
Or it's going to be Cobra Clan, Deluxe Baldwin.
Kev.
Because he's such a good guy to me, my vote goes to MCDJ ACDC.
Sportimus, unfortunately, has been eliminated.
I may have just jinxed. Oh, TM.
See, Jedi Mindset, that's what I like to hear because I want to see you sporting that hoodie at TFCon. TM Reviews has been eliminated. I think Sony got it already.
Oh,
Hero. I'm reloading.
Benjamin, sorry, buddy. Talk about a good guy. He's a super good guy.
Mark 44. Mark 44 is awesome. I love seeing him at TFCon.
I love seeing these names pop up that I recognize.
Clan.
Clan.
Clan's been eliminated. He actually helped me get my blood. Deluxe is not our winner.
Oh, Cobra Clan's been watching the whole time. Chris Barnes.
Yeah. Oh, dude, awesome. Thank you.
The classiest.
Antoine.
He has the classiest logo of any of us.
He does.
That Cobra Clan. MC.
MCD.
I jinxed you.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Man.
Inutabi
better not win. That Joker wins everything.
It comes down to Inutabi and Larkin's Lair.
Oh, it's a battle of the Rejecticons. He wins everything, man. I'm telling you, he is the luckiest son of a bitch that ever enters any kind of raffle. Is he still in here? Let me message him.
Find out. He's got to get in touch with either Matt or I. Will get that shipped out. And congratulations, Inutabi. Thank you for
son of a gun. Inutabi.
Jay Lee says, "Oh Lord, the Rejecticon battle."
That's crazy. What are the odds? I'll let him know. We talk all the time. Son of a bitch.
I think back to the time I won one of T-Man's contests and somebody said it was rigged. And it was like, I just put my name in there, put my name in the hat, just like, I want to help, just I'll enter. So T has, just one more entry. And it was something I completely didn't want. It was like the 3 3/4 inch 2-packs Marvel Legends. It was Spider-Man versus Shocker. And I was like, yeah, it's fine. He got it on clearance at Toys R Us, just like, hey, I know people had problems finding this. I'm going to give this away. And so it was like, oh, it's rigged.
You can't make everyone happy. It just ain't going to happen. I can't believe he won. I don't know if he's not in here, he's disqualified. No, I don't mean that. I don't make the rules, people. Don't take my word for that. What a joker. That dude, if you're ever in a raffle on Facebook or one of the Facebook raffle pages or anything, and he goes in, just back out. Because he wins all the time.
I won 2 toys, both here.
There you go.
So we'll do a T-shirt giveaway next week. Make it fun. But speaking of fun, this was a lot of fun. Kato, thank you so much for joining us tonight. For those that don't know, you can find Kato over on Kato's Collection on YouTube. And do you have anything coming up this week you want to announce? Any new reviews or?
I should have the Magic Square Con should Constructicon should be up within the next day or so. Let's see what else. I'll probably review Roadblock. That'll be the two coming up.
Yeah, he's a good figure.
Yeah, he looks good. I guess that's the third one, right?
Yeah.
I will be using I don't know if I have the card for it anymore, but I've got the 3D printed Modus. Have you seen this?
No. Wow, that's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I know.
I got it from Joe Fest. I wish I could give the guys a proper shout out, but the company that makes these, I follow them. I think it's Mark. Oh God, is it Mark II? Yeah, I think it's Mark II Designs, but it is absolutely phenomenal. Look at that ammo.
Wow.
can.
Now I'm friends with Kaz, and I've seen a lot of the stuff he's been putting out, and those vehicles, chef's kiss.
Yeah, he makes some great vehicles.
Yeah. And then I've been, obviously been to Cobra Clan's house, and he's got an awesome 3D printer set up in his basement.
Oh yeah, he does. I forgot that he's been printing stuff.
Yeah. I've actually got one of his works here. I actually use it as a coaster, but
I remember him making those. Yeah, those are great.
I actually want to take it and put it in an enamel and turn it into a more legit coaster. But he's got.
You could resin it or something.
Yeah, resin rather than enamel.
Yeah, that too.
And then he's got Unicron heads he's putting out, and I don't want to spoil those, but they're awesome.
He's going to wear one around a chain, isn't he?
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been a lot of fun.
Man. I appreciate you inviting me.
Yeah. Really appreciate you stopping by. And as for us, make sure that you go by and slam that like button. It really helps us out a lot. Subscribe, ring that notification bell. I plan on doing a lot more content when I get into the new house. I just haven't had space or time, and this move is going to be hell. But after TFCon, I'm hoping to do a lot more for the channel. Again, check out our Teespring store, link in the description below. And that's going to wrap it up for tonight. We've been Figure Action. Thanks to everybody who hung out with us in the chat. We love you all. Love chatting with you. And stay tuned next week. We'll have a t-shirt giveaway. Inutabi, get in touch with Matt or I or the Figure Action Facebook and or Instagram, and we'll send you out your major blood. Well, that's going to do it. Thanks again. We'll see you all next Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here on the Figure Action YouTube channel. That's going to do it. Peace out. Bye-bye, and have a good one.